That was nice. I haven't been doing anything all morning. Haven't been doing anything all morning.
Good morning, Ted. This is Bill Leonard.
Good morning, Bill. How are you?
I'm good. I just got a little bit of a bug, so I can't go into the meeting and infect everyone. So I'm doing a Zoom.
Yeah, it sounds you don't sound too good there, Bill. Get better.
Thank you.
All right, just to give everybody a quick update, we are running a few minutes late, so probably around 9:05 is the expected start time. Those online, if you need anything, use the chat feature to get our attention. But when we're quiet and muted in here, you're not missing anything online. Thank you, everyone. you're ready.
There we go. Hi, good morning, everybody. Everybody cozy in this room? You can't hear me, is that better? Is that better? All right, very good. All right. Try it up on my face. All right, good morning, everybody. It is, what is today, the 8th? April 8th, and we're bringing forward the executive committee. Clerk, could you call the roll, please?
Allen? Bates? Gums?
Gums here.
Juby? Caius? Leonard?
Not here. Oh,
Leonard present.
He is online.
he's here.
Lewis?
Louis here.
Linder? Molina?
Molina present.
Sanchez?
Sanchez present.
Strathman?
Strathman present.
Surges? Tepe? Williams? Roth?
Roth is here.
Piron?
I'm here as well. Ms. Strathman and Mr. Leonard would like to attend remotely. Do I have your permission to allow them both in? Yeah, consent, you have full voting rights? Okay, welcome both.
Thank you.
All righty, Pledge of
Thank you.
Allegiance. Deb, I think you were the last one in. So please. To the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Deborah, you're a very good choral director. We all ended up at the same time. Good job. Yes, that's right. That's right. And then ta-da. All righty. May I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of March 4th, 2026? Mr. Caius.
This is Caius. I would ask for unanimous consent for the approval of the minutes for March 4th, 2026.
Do we have unanimous consent from everybody? Yes, this, we do have unanimous consent. I believe we have one speaker for public comment. Steve Leffler. Mr. Leffler, you have 3 minutes, sir.
Hopefully I won't need 3 minutes today. Hope everybody's enjoying this beautiful day. We're gonna have some really nice weather. I'm here, we took a little break and I've kind of gotten out of practice and didn't have anything specific planned for today. So I'm just gonna ask a couple of simple things. Number one, as long as we have some transportation people here, love to see Randall Road closed off and dedicated only to bicycles. But in lieu of that, number two, can we at least get the arrows when you're going to take a left turn to all be timed like they normally are everywhere else in the world? Randall Road, you pull up to a light and you think you're going to turn right, and then no, everybody's just going and going and going, and you're waiting through another cycle. Can we fix that, please? Thank you. That's it.
It's the traffic gods, truly, truly the traffic gods. Okay, thank you, Mr. Leffler. Ms. Hopkinson, financial reports.
Hello. I will give the same report that I gave at the Finance Committee last week, but with an update that we have started the budget process across the county. We've had 3 training sessions already for all offices and departments across the county. The board, the Finance Committee has asked that all of the budgets be entered into our budget software package by the end of April. And the goal would be to have the budget approved by July of 2026, which would mean that we would need to have the budget put on public display in June to meet the requirement to have it on public display. But everybody is working. We've put some of our training sessions We've recorded them, and so people can refer to them to get their budgetary information entered. And that's the latest on the budget. Our audit of 2025 is progressing smoothly. And we're ahead of schedule. The audit is due to be completed by the end of May. That's the requirement from the state of Illinois. We should be able to meet that, no problem. And then I will go into my slides.
Hold on, Myrna, did you have a question?
Yes, Madam Chair, thank you. Kathy, I had a question on the budget calendar. I know you've had some meetings with some of the departments, and on the budget calendar that I've just received, it doesn't show that it's going to go through committees for the budget reviews. Is that correct? Is that something that the Finance Committee has decided on, that each committee will not be reviewing individual budgets, but only through finance? I guess if I can have an update on that, I'd appreciate it.
It's not on the calendar. There's nothing to prevent any office or department from presenting their budget to their home committee. I can update the calendar with that, but with the tight timeframe, very tight timeframe that we have this year, they would have to do it very quickly in either late April or March, really, because we'll be delivering a draft budget to the board in March. May. It's all running together. Yeah.
That is I think, a very excellent question. I really do, Myrna. Thank you for bringing that up. How, if we may have just a matter of opinion, if the budgets are presented to you given to you at the end of April and then put into the next steps, but without having the opportunity to review that budget, is that something that, with all due respect to the Finance Committee, all due respect, and please, we've got members of the Finance Committee here, is that something you would like to allow so that at least in May, you can have the opportunity to review it and comment on it and have an understanding of it? So, yes, Mr. Tepe? No, Myrna, please.
I guess if I may, because I do chair the JPS committee, which is, as we all know, the largest portion of our budget. I think it behooves us, at least for JPS, to review these budgets, just to have an understanding of kind of a first round understanding of what the departments are asking for and our elected officials. But I'm going to leave it up to my committee to decide. So I'll have that conversation with them on Thursday, next Thursday when we meet, and kind of have a hands up or down whether or not they'd like it to go through JPS first. So I guess unless it's an objective by the executive committee, I think it should be up to each chair maybe to decide whether or not it helps them to understand it. I think it helps me to understand. The more times I review a budget, the more times I understand it. So if we're going to be making decisions and big decisions, I think it's important for us to have as much information as possible. But again, it's going to be a really short timeline. So it might be something that as JPS, if we do decide to review these budgets, that we end up having our meeting postponed till maybe the closer to the end of May, to allow time for our departments to put the presentations together. But again, I guess I'll have that conversation with JPS if that's okay with everybody else in executive, and then I guess I'll ask Mr. Tepe what his thoughts were and Mr. Leonard when they were putting this together before I go any further.
Okay, yeah, Mr. Tepe.
Thank you.
Oh, Vern, your microphone.
It's just not facing.
How about this? Now?
Just
not facing your mouth.
Yeah. Okay, how's that?
That's
Too loud?
Very good.
Okay. First off, our apologies for not communicating well. We've been trying to get things back onto a normal schedule. So Mr. Leonard and I have been in communication multiple times a week, working with Kathy and the finance department, and working with all of the electeds to try to get the budget in order. I personally feel that it's very necessary that each of these departments and elected should be reporting to their committee and should be presenting their budgets there. But we're trying to get it done on a timeline that we hope will be more normal in the future. And so far, we've been getting tremendous cooperation from everybody. And I, in particular, am somewhat shocked at the level of cooperation that we are getting. It is that positive, and it is just, taking the approach that we're all in this together has really been effective. So I apologize if we haven't communicated effectively to everybody. But again, I think the departments and the elected officials should report through their committees. That's very appropriate.
So what does that mean? Would you then consider having everybody from the Finance Committee? And Bill, I know you're online, so I'm asking both of you, since you've been leading this charge, could we have everybody present their budgets in May, since we can get it together? I'm speaking for myself as well, because I'll be presenting the board's budget to you as well for your review.
Madam,
We know that people have been working with Kathy, and Kathy has been cooperating with them. She's been training some people and keeping them up to date with some new people that are involved in this. So the sooner it can be done through the committees in May would probably be a good objective to get it done then, if we could.
Okay. Bill, Mr.
Yes.
Leonard, can you comment on this as well, please?
Yes, Madam Chair. Mr. Tuppy and I have met with.
Hold on a second, Bill, we can hardly hear you.
Okay, let me, I've got my.
It's
volume
apparently,
pretty-
I've heard it's on your end.
It's
I
on
know
my
you're
end.
not feeling well.
Let's see, is that any better?
Just a tiny bit.
All right, I'll try to speak up. Mr. Tuppy and I have met with the majority of the electeds and a number of the department heads, and we've met privately in order to be able to discuss in a very candid way what their concerns are. We have come to an agreement with most of these electeds and department heads on what they need and what they want. And we have agreed on a budget for 2027 in principle with many of them. We're asking them to submit that agreement in writing to Kathy Hopkinson by the end of April. I think the idea of having presentations at the different committee levels is just fine. I mean, it educates all of the members of the board on what is going on. And of course, we will be updating every one of the board members also as we get things finalized. At this point, we're in pretty good shape. We have a really good idea of where we're going to be for the 27 budget. But until we get it in writing and it's official, we hate to speculate.
All right, so I think we've agreed that, yes, please.
So it's in our ordinance that it has to be presented to our committees.
Miss Bates, turn your microphone on the computer. Oops.
Okay,
So-
go ahead, please.
Oh, help her out.
So by having the finance committee,
Please, everybody. Okay, here we go.
by having the finance committee decide that we don't need to do that is a violation of how we do it. So our ordinance says it has to be presented through the committees and then to the finance committee and then to executive. So I suggest we follow our proper procedures.
Follow proper protocol.
Regardless of whether we want to bump our timeline up, we still need to follow our protocol.
All right, so thank you for that clarification. So we have
Madam
direction.
Chair.
We'll be presenting our budgets, all of your mutual budgets in May. And then we'll have it all reviewed for the executive committee in June, and then on to the full board for review
good.
and the next steps. All right.
That
Okay.
sounds good.
Okay, thank you. Thank you both. Thank you, everybody, and thank you, Myrna, for the question. Okay, Kathleen.
All right. Going back to the presentation, I'm going to go over a few financial health indicators of the county. The 2025, if you take a look at all of the county funds across the county, there's over 130 funds. at the end of 2025, there's a surplus of about $9.5 million. For 2026, these numbers are as of a few weeks ago when we put these slides together for the Finance Committee. For 2026 revenues and expenses, we are on track right now. The 2026 general fund, general account budgeted expenses, we are also within range and on track. Where we need improvements, the general fund, general account cash flow is very low at this point. It's low at this point every single year because it is one of its funding sources is property tax revenue. Property tax revenue only comes in twice into the county. It comes into the county in June and September. It's transferred probably around the third week of June. So every year, any fund in the county that is funded by property tax revenue, the cash balance gets very low, and I have a slide on that in a second. And at Finance Committee, 2 weeks ago, we presented a resolution for discussion purposes only. It's not on the agenda today, but we'll be bringing it back to Finance for April Finance, and that is the resolution the county board would authorize the finance director to transfer money from the general fund special reserve account into the general fund general account for a period of time, most likely in late May and early June, when the cash balance is very, very low, so that the general fund general account can pay bills without going negative, without going into the red, so to speak. Once property tax revenue is received into the general fund general account, that transfer of funds would be transferred back to the general fund special reserve. Think of it like a working cash loan, like a line of credit, temporary in nature only. So we'll be bringing that resolution back at the April Finance Committee for approval. The red star is the general fund general account for 26 is using reserves of over $6 million to balance the budget. The goal for the 2027 general fund general account, which I think we are on track to accomplish, is to not use any reserves to balance that fund, that particular fund for 2027. Next slide. This is just a slide of the balance, the revenues and expenses for all of the funds in the county over the course of the last several years. The dip is obviously the COVID years. Next slide. This is just the general fund, general account variances. Everything is within range. There's a few items that are below range on the revenue side, but kind of typical for this time of year. I expect that to change. Commodities are above range this year, particularly in a couple offices, sheriff and building management. That could be driven by activity in that department and cleared up. Next slide. Tax revenue. This is tax revenue across the entire county, all funds. Sales tax revenue and RTA sales tax revenue is noticeably up, significantly up, as a matter of fact, over the expected revenue at this time of year and compared to last year. We'll see with all of the changes that are going on in the economy right now, this could fluctuate. We'll see what happens. Sales tax revenue is always several months late from the time that it's collected at the register, so to speak, to the time we receive it. So we'll keep our eye on this, see how it fluctuates over time. Next slide. The general fund general account, the general fund is composed of 6 different accounts. The 2 largest ones, the general fund general account and the general fund special reserve, are in green. The county policy that currently exists states that the county should keep 90 days of reserve in the general fund general account. So you can see from the bar chart there that the general fund general account, which is the darker green, we're actually below our 90-day policy, technically not in compliance with policy. Next slide. This goes back to what I was talking about earlier with the cash flow in the general fund and how it fluctuates throughout the course of the year, depending upon when we get property tax revenue in. And you can see that it always goes down dramatically from like November all the way through May, June, and then it comes back up when we get property tax revenue. The important thing to note on this chart is that you can see over time, even with the fluctuations, the cash balance in the general fund general account is getting lower and lower as we continue to use up our reserves. I'm also going to point out that the same thing is happening in our payroll tax fund and in our pension fund. Our payroll tax fund and our pension fund, which pay our payroll taxes to the IRS, and the pension fund, which pays our monthly payments to the IMRF. The only source of revenue for those 2 funds is property tax revenue and interest income. So as time goes by, those funds' cash balances has been going down as well. And then the next couple of pages are just a chart of by office and department of the 2026 amended budget, the expected expenses where they should be at this time of year, the actual where they are at this time of year, and the difference. And the first chart is all funds across the county, because we have many offices and departments that have budgets, not just in the general fund, but in other funds across the county. So this first chart is all funds, and we're on track. And the next slide is just the general fund general account by office and by department. Any questions?
Does anybody have any questions for this? So how's our expectation to relieve the general fund? Are we looking on track in May, June, when the tax comes in, that we'll be able to replenish, so we will have 90 days?
Not sure if we'll have 90 days, but we'll be in a positive balance. I mean, as of yesterday, the general fund general account only had $14 million in it. And to date, since the beginning of the fiscal year, it had taken in $50 million and paid out 77, because we don't have the property tax revenue yet. So we're eating into our reserves until we get that cash. But we should be fine once we get that. But over time, if we don't have a balanced budget, and so this is the real answer to your question, the reason why we keep digging a hole into our reserves is that we don't develop a balanced budget, particularly in the general fund general account. And what does balance mean? It means that new revenues equal expenses, that expenses are funded by incoming revenues only, expenses, particularly operating expenses. And what do I mean by operating? Salaries, commodities, contractual services. They should not really be funded by reserves.
Yes.
Capital if you look at the funds across the county that fund capital projects such as building improvements, roads, bridges, those types of funds generally use reserves, and that's very normal and typical.
And intentional, and
Right, but it's
intentional.
not normal to be using reserves to pay operating expenses, and that is the goal of the 27 budget process, that for the, specifically the general fund, general account, that expenses are funded by new revenues only and no reserves are used.
I'm sure that the Finance Committee has already addressed this with the committees, but I know that we're very sensitive to the community's desire to have a balanced budget, and we own that and we appreciate that. But there are expenses that sometimes incur that we have no authority or control over. I'll give you a very recent incident that is happening with St. Charles, where our water is going to increase. The cost of our water for those people, residents, are going to be impacted by this as well by around 50%. And that is going to impact two of our buildings, two of our largest buildings that we have. We have no authority or control over that, so that's going to be impact. The situation that's been happening in the global economy has also impacted us for materials and supplies. Petroleum products, as is asphalt, is going to increase in cost. So it's unfortunate that we're trying to hold down salaries and union contracts and et cetera, but there are forces that just are pounding us that we have absolutely no authority over. And that is maybe a smaller part of our budget, but a significant aspect of it as well. So yeah, it's a very difficult situation we're in right now. And I hope when we go through these committee meetings with the budgets, all of you are very sensitive to this and become, I don't want to say creative, but responsive to what is really needed for here in Kane County so we can maintain our integrity, fiscal integrity. All right. Anything else? Does anybody have any other questions? No. Thank you, Kathleen. All right. Julie Mann, Public Information.
Good morning. Big thing that happened was the elevator, necessary repairs. We did some initial urgent communications work to address it. When it happened, it was taken out of service for the necessary repairs to lessen the impact on the public and employees. A special thanks to Roger, Kevin, Charles, Blair, and especially Mike Daly and Brenda Bushbacher, who are there at the front door assisting visitors as they navigate these challenges to this disabled elevator. I don't think anybody really understands how much that takes coordination at the front door to manage the people that are coming into this building and then having to be redirected to another building or explain to them why they can't use the elevator. So it's been a big tackle, and it's going to get more critical as tax season approaches. So I just wanted to point that out, that they're doing yeoman's work at the door there. Promotional efforts continue across several departments, including the Health Department, Elections, Office of Emergency Management, Recycling, Division of Transportation, and Animal Control, all through social media outreach, and Kane County Connects. And if you missed it in Kane County Connects, we had some successful stories about the official up and running of the Kane County Economic Development Corporation, the success of the job kiosks across Kane County through Workforce Services, the proposed neutral exchange supervised time family center that's being planned, the recent DUI court graduation, the opening of a new bird exhibit for the Forest Preserve, Specialty Courts Art Show, and a really upcoming neat story you can look forward to about a military scrapbook and how Jake at the Veterans Assistance Commission is using it to enhance local and federal military records from this area. It's a fascinating scrapbook that was lent to us so that we could look at it. Additional outreach efforts include accompanying the chairwoman on the Meals on Wheels awareness visit in Aurora and continuing the planning efforts for Declaration Square and the July 8th celebration recognizing the nation's 250th anniversary. Also, media coordination remains active, including interviews related to health department initiatives, CASA's upcoming move, ADA-related compliance updates, and clarifications regarding recent board and committee meetings. So I also plan to attend a really cool 2-day FEMA free training on emergency, but the funding, I guess, was cut so they had to cancel it. So I keep looking for free training opportunities, so if anything comes up, let me know.
Okay. Okay, very good. All right, any questions for Julie? Okay, thank you, Julie. Thank you very much. All right, do we have any old business? Seeing none. I believe we do have some new business. Ms. Bates? Mavis, your microphone too.
Okay, now it's on. I would like to bring up for discussion and possibly for your support a bill called Senate Bill 2852. And this has to do with food scrap recycling and composting. And so what has happened to this resolution so far is that it came up in Energy and Environmental, and it was passed unanimously. And then it came to legislative, and I have to apologize. I was not at that I had to leave early from legislative. So I feel like I wasn't there to explain this this bill thoroughly. We are asking, the resolution states that Kane County will support this bill. I wasn't there. I had to leave early. I apologize for that. So I felt like I wasn't there to thoroughly explain that this bill is needed by our staff, our energy and environmental staff, to be able to fulfill their duties of reducing food compost in Kane County. So this is required by our climate action plan and by our solid waste plan. We can't do it without a way to collect the the food scraps, the food waste, and take it to these digesters. And then we have to create a market for the output from these digesters. And that is the sticking point with this bill. There will be a requirement in the bill that Kane County purchase some of this compost. So what I've talked to Mr. Fonstock about in the last couple of days is it looks like there are ways to offset these expenses by using them, by reducing some other costs in our landscaping or using it in other ways. It would save us that money. So I would like to ask for your nods of approval. This is just a discussion to bring this bill, this resolution back up at and put it on the county board agenda so that the full board has a chance to look at this instead of, because I wasn't there for the legislative committee. So any discussion?
So do we have a consensus to?
Madam Chair, this is
No, just
Bill
a
Leonard.
Just discussion, just
A few
discussion.
nods of the
Yes,
head.
yes, ma'am.
So this is a unfunded mandate on the people who create the food waste, and it's an unfunded mandate on the municipalities that are going to be forced to purchase this. So this is a lack of local control and removing our ability to determine how we best want to spend our money. So I will not be supporting this bill when it comes up.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to hear from Ms. Gums as to why it got voted down in legislative, if you don't mind sharing.
Thanks for putting me on the spot there, my good friend. Thank you for the question. Thank you, Ms. Bates, for bringing it up again. As you know, as the chair of the legislative committee, some of our tenants in King County we retain local control. We do not support unfunded mandates. Those are pretty standard things. The legislative committee voted it down. We did have, in my opinion, ample opportunity to read the bill, to assess it, and we did have explanation on what it was. This is an unfunded mandate, and I will not be supporting it because that does not fall in line with the basic tenets. Now, having said that, just my personal opinion is just because I don't support an unfunded mandate doesn't mean I want to kill the planet or, do those things. I mean, I know that's kind of a misconception, but at this level, our job are to protect our controls and also to be responsible with their money. And again, I will say it again, when the federal government comes into the state of Illinois and says, you do it this way because we know better, and then the state of Illinois comes in and says, hey, King County, we know better, I reject that. I know the state rejects that, and I reject that. So I will continue to do that. And I applaud your efforts, as I told you before, but I will not support this. Unless they want to, write in that we're going to get a shit ton of money, by all means, but that's not going to happen.
Yes, Ms. Molina.
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, on those points, I think it's important that the legislative committee communicate exactly what our guidelines are and what our recommendations are for future bills so that our staff isn't put in a position where they're spending all this time and energy reviewing legislation when attached to it might be a mandate that includes a budget that isn't included in the legislation, and maybe bring it up to us as discussion in the legislative committee, like heads up, this is going through committee, it's going to require us, a certain amount of money in the budget, and then maybe us through the legislative committee can work with our lobbyists to lobby for some sort of appropriations added to these bills. I think that's kind of the way we should be going at it, because I hate the fact that Claire spent, all this time on 4 resolutions reviewing 4 legislative opportunities for us that went through E&E passed because it's part of their guidelines. It's part of what we're looking at to do with the Energy Environment Committee, only to go to legislative and us say then at that point, we're not going to review anything that's an unfunded mandate, when it really hasn't been, all respect to Ms. Gumbs, we really haven't agreed on anything or voted on guidelines in our legislative committee. And I think we need to do that so that we don't do this in the future. I'm supportive of this bill if there was an appropriations attached to it. So I think we should talk to our lobbyists and maybe request that there's some type of appropriations attached to this type of bill. Whether or not we like it or not, Springfield can decide to pass this without any appropriations attached. And I think it would behoove us to make sure that we are including some level of appropriations on these types of bills.
Thank you. Mr. Caius.
Mrs. Caius? Yeah, on the basic level, I think we should be supporting the kind of things like the problem of food waste and how to manage that. I think Ms. Bates brought up the thought or the possibility that we could be able to defer or compensate for the expense, the potential expense, and actually maybe turn it into an asset. And I would like to see that, that we investigate that further before we actually keep in mind that we want to have this kind of thing happen. Don't kill it here. I mean, we're just suggesting that we support it, but then also investigate how we can also not just say, no, we don't want it because there's no chance that we'll ever pay for it. Investigate how we could possibly make it profitable or at least compensated for in some sort of manner.
All right.
As suggested by Mrs. Bates.
Madam Chair, again.
Hold on, Ms. Bates. I want to make sure that no one else. Yes, no, I understand. I just wanted to make sure that there was no other question. Just give everybody a chance to speak one time, and then we'll round. But again, yes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have a question. I think some months ago, there was a resolution about this composting, and there was a grant that was given to Kane County, and that's what the initiative was, that we should build a facility for that. What happened to that grant?
And we have to, I don't mean to, if we can table that question, because I'd like to just focus on this bill and this legislative, with all respect. And that could be brought back up to environment, and I'm sure that Ms. Bates will be more than happy to answer that question. Okay. Okay, yes.
Thank you. I just want to address a couple of things. So to the point of the legislative committee perhaps voting, I agree with my colleague that maybe we should vote on those tenants, but they've been repeated since I've been the chair, 2020. That's not a new policy for us to retain local control and also be responsible with unfunded mandates. That's not new, and I think I appreciate our team's effort, but that's not a new tenet for us. I mean, that's standard across the board, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows that. As to your point, my colleague, Mr. Caius, I'm all for supporting bills when they come into a form of workability. But when you go in and you support a bill that has been written that doesn't do what you want it to do, you're saying you're good with that language. That's not some practice, in my opinion, that we should be partaking in. So our lobbyist team, they're well aware, they've reported to us before, they know what our standards, our requirements are, and our expectations are. So when they're down there and they see a particular bill, and they are aware of this bill, so certainly they would be asking for funding. But in its current form, if we say we're going to support a certain bill, whatever it is, if it's not good for Kane County, we can't support it. That's my position. When we get to a point where that bill is worked on, and again, legislation is confusing, but it's always the same. So you get a bill submitted and then it gets put into a certain place. Is it in rules? If it's in rules, it's not going anywhere. When it moves and it gets traction, then we can support something. But in a current form, if it's not good for Kane County, it is my position that we should not be supporting that until we can get it to that point. So I do appreciate everybody's hard work on this, but again, it's not a secret that we want to retain local control and reject unfunded mandates. So that's just my position there. And I'm glad to support this if we can get those things. Our team is well aware of what we want. So I just wanted to put that out there, that it's not a secret.
All right, Ms. Bates.
The bill, which I have in my hand, has a lot to do with the entire EPA bill. I would say that the entire EPA has things to do with local control. A lot of it does take some local control away from the local governments. Sometimes that's how we improve society. We raise all the boats together. To say this bill is not good for Kane, I disagree with my colleague, my well-respected colleague. I think this is a good bill for Kane County. As far as the unfunded mandates, we believe, and I'm working with Mr. Fonstock, on making sure that we can offset the unfunded mandate is that we have to buy this mulch. We have to buy the compost. Well, if we can put that, if we can not buy a bunch of mulch and use the compost instead, we can save that money back. It's not necessarily out of our pockets. And our lobby team is doing a good job, and we want to make sure that we are giving them directions from everybody. So all I'm asking is, can we put it on the agenda for next Tuesday? And there's sort of mixed feelings, I think.
There's mixed feelings here. I see. Some members are in agreement. Some members are a little bit hesitant, and some may be in agreement. Yes.
I would like to see it go back to E&E and legislative, but E&E to get a follow-up on how the compost stuff is working in our county before we talk about this, because we're talking about unfunded mandates. We're talking about making businesses, grocery stores, food pantries, everybody's going to be affected by this, and it is going to cost everybody. I know from a food pantry point of view, we love getting in rescue, but it takes a lot of manpower to sort that. And if our grocery stores are going to get forced to do this, they're going to give us all their trash, and then it's going to cost us more. So I really want to hear more about what this is really going to look like. I support it, but I don't support it right now.
And thank you for that. If I may, I think that's an excellent idea because of the change management on the process of it. I know Mr. Roth is very much involved with that as well. So it goes from one point to another and how it gets managed so that you don't have plastic in there. We do know that this material, if it does have plastic and whatnot, not organic matter, will go to fields that sell processed non-food items, we're aware of that, for not for public consumption, but for animals. But nonetheless, it does go into the ecosystem. So that management of how that works may be something that you could present at Energy and Environment. And if I could make a recommendation with respect to the Legislative Committee and their good work, that if you have concern with this, you can certainly make recommendations to the lead sponsor of the bill as chair of your committee. And of course, share it, please, with legislative. And that way, if you have suggested changes or amendments to the bill, I know that they would welcome hearing that, because that's a very positive effort at this point. No, not at all. Not at all. You have authority on that. Okay.
Madam Chair, I do
Thank you
have-
for the discussion, everybody.
I do have one piece of new business.
New
just-
business? New business? Yes, okay.
Just
please.
a slight oversight, I think, on the executive agenda. In legislative on March 18th, there was a request for travel for NACO from myself that was passed on to this committee, and I did not see it in the packet.
I believe it's under
yeah.
consent agenda.
No, Michelle, if I may, our policy only requires it to go to the home committee. It doesn't have to go past that. So if you were approved by your home committee to do the travel, our travel policy doesn't allow that, doesn't require it to keep going.
For
Yeah.
future going to New Orleans, you're talking about. Yes, yes, that's exactly
I
correct.
I thought we sent it to executive. All right, thank you.
No.
Very cool. Well, I mean, it is, yeah.
No, this is,
I will just leave it with, I don't know who wants to have a conference in Louisiana in July, but
it's a beautiful, beautiful city. Beautiful city. Yes, sir. New business?
New business, Madam Chair. Two items. First, I just want to apologize. I've had to step out of the room a few times. I made Madam Chair aware that yesterday afternoon there was loud beeping going on at our offices, and in the battle of the sump pump versus the river has yet again won this year, and we have about a foot of water, and the remediation teams are all trying to help us out. So I apologize for that. But the reason for the new business, I had called Commissioner Cayos and Madam Chair last week after receiving several phone calls on the Thursday before Good Friday that there is a donut hole of unincorporated land up at the edge of Carpentersville. These donut holes always seem to come back and challenge us. I immediately called Assistant State's Attorney Frank, made him aware, but we're going to have some dialogue. It seems that there is a developer that would like to buy a single-family home and turn it into something that's more business-oriented. It's going to be coming in front of the ZBA. I have had calls from the village of Carpentersville. I have had calls from residents. I have stopped out there. I immediately let my esteemed colleague know, Madam Chair know, and I believe Mark Van Kerkhoff, and we are going to have a quick powwow after this meeting to begin discussions on this and bringing ourselves up to speed. I just wanted to put it on the radar, and thank you for taking the call.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Do you know how many individuals they'll be serving at this business facility?
I have absolutely zero information.
All
This
right.
came to me on Thursday night of the Easter holiday weekend. I just needed to familiarize myself with the property, so I drove out there on Saturday morning. There was a couple of the neighbors that were outside. I stopped and spoke with them. I think geographically, I have a good grasp on what it is now. But going forward, I would want to, we have maybe not handled things like this in the best way in past years. And so my thought process was to start with our esteemed state's attorney and kind of work our way backwards from there so we don't open ourselves up to a bad situation. And let's, fair? Okay. So I have no information that
Okay,
would be anything more than hearsay.
Now that you have created quite the mystery about this location, I'm sure you'll be fielded with quite a few questions, so you might as well have a
Yeah,
statement
it's
made.
Miller Road and Route 31. So, thank you.
Somewhere on that Miller Road. All right, is completed old new business? Is there any old business? Seeing none, all righty, let me go back. All right, on to our preliminary board agenda. Happy American Rescue Plan.
Good morning. For the American Rescue Plan, I have 5 resolutions. I'd like to move all 5 and ask for a second. Okay. The first resolution is approving a First Amendment to agreement between County of Kane and Family Guidance Center. Second agreement is authorizing the reprogramming of state and local fiscal recovery funds in the amount of $342,506 from Kane County Judicial Technology Modernization Program to the Kane County Jail Tower system improvements. Third resolution is approving a First Amendment to the County of Kane and Plumtree Child and Adolescent Psychology. Fourth resolution is authorizing the reprogramming of state and local fiscal recovery funds in the amount of $65,497 from the Kane County 16th Judicial Court's Judicial Technology Modernization Project to Kane County Building Management and Department Sheriff's Office HVAC System Renovation Project. The fifth resolution is authorizing the Kane County ARPA program to redirect remaining ARPA funds from completed ARPA projects between the amounts of 1 cent and $50 to other ARPA projects and directing the ARPA program to bring a resolution to the Kane County Board at the end of the program with all these redirected amounts to be ratified. All 5 of these resolutions are established in a situation that we want to utilize every dollar and we want to dot the I's and cross the T's. And I ask for approval.
Clerk, without any questions on any of this, and I have one correction, sir, not every dollar, every penny, please.
We don't want questions.
Every penny, please.
Down to
Every
the penny.
Every penny.
Every penny, not every dollar.
Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Allen?
Mhm.
Bates?
Bates, yes.
Gums? Gums, yes. Juby?
Juby, aye.
Caius?
Caius, yes.
Leonard?
Leonard, yes.
Lewis?
Lewis, yes.
Linder? Mr. Linder was online.
Oh, Mr. Linder, are you here? I'm sorry. You've been quiet.
I'm here, but my reason for absence is not eligible.
Okay, well, you're welcome to listen. Thank you for joining us.
Molina?
Molina, yes.
Sanchez?
Sanchez, yes.
Strathman?
Strathman, yes.
Sturgis?
Sturgis, yes.
Pepe?
Deputy, yes.
Roth?
Roth, yes.
Okay, Administration, Mr. Caius.
All right, this is Caius for administration. I have items A through K, and I would move those and ask for, or actually, I want to pull item C off for amendment, but I would like to have items A, B, and then A and B, and then D through K, and I would move those and ask for a second, unless there's someone that wants to pull something off.
Roth, a second.
Okay.
C.
Item C, pulling item C off.
All right,
Okay.
well, we have a motion and
So-
a second for items, all
I'll-
items except for C.
I'll read through those.
Oh,
Right,
yes,
I
please,
believe that's
please.
what we do at this,
Yes,
at this
absolutely,
particular
absolutely.
time. Item A is a resolution authorizing the purchase of products and services through the Amazon Business Online Market for the Building Management Department, contract number RTC 17006, that's TMP 26353 on page 98, for less than or equal to $150,000 per year. Item B is an ordinance authorizing a farmland lease and license parcel 0932300013 located at the northeast corner of Route 38 in Peck. That's TMP 26-357 on page 109. That's no expense, be $1,500 a year for 5 years. Item D is a resolution authorizing purchase of mailing and postage equipment and technology for the Building Management Department, contract number 070125-PIT. That's TMP 26-369 on page 163 for less than or equal to $1 million. E is a resolution authorizing expenditure of funds for computer hardware and services with Insight Public Sector through Omnia contract number 23-6692-03. That's TMP 26319 on page 205 for less than or equal to $1.2 million per year. Item F is a resolution authorizing expenditure of funds for computer software and services with Insight Public Sector through Omnia contract number 23-6692-03. That's TMP 3321, page 218, for up to $900,000 per year. Item G is a resolution authorizing purchase of documents and records management with Laserfish through Omnia for the Information Technology Department, contract number 01-158. That's TMP 26-326 on page 231 for less than $150,000 per year. H is a resolution authorizing the purchase of technology products, solutions, and related services for the Information Technologies Department, contract number 23-6692-01. That's TMP 338 on page 280 for less than or equal to $100,000 per year. I is a resolution authorizing the purchase of products and services through the Amazon Business Online Marketplace for Information Technologies Department, contract number RTC 17006. That is TMP 26-345 on page 349 for less than $250,000 per year. Resolution J is resolution approving accessibility efforts related to the County of Kane website and agendas for the Kane County Board and its committees. That's TMP 26-356 on page 360. Item K, and last but not least, is resolution authorizing a contract for landscape maintenance services for Mill Creek Special Service Area with Langdon Group. That's RFP number 26-010-TL, which is TMP-26-356 on page 363 for $326,785 for 2 years, for two of each years, for a total of $526,785, plus $100,000 per year of contingency. So I've moved those, and there's a second. It's already second, so then call roll for those. That's the pass. A through, I'm sorry, 2 pages. A, B, and then D through K.
Everything except C.
Everything except C.
I just have a quick question before we go. I call the vote, please. And this is for E. Oh, I'm sorry, I had D. No, you're absolutely right. Okay, my apologies.
Okay.
I corrected myself.
Good. Always welcome.
So call the vote, please.
Allen? Bates? Gums?
Gums, yes.
Juby?
Judy, aye.
Caius?
Caius, yes.
Leonard?
Leonard, yes.
Lewis?
Lewis, yes.
Molina?
Molina, yes.
Sanchez?
Sanchez, yes.
Strathman?
Strathman, yes.
Sturgis?
Sturgis, yes.
Pepe?
Tepe, yes.
Roth?
Roth, yes.
All right, up
And
to
then,
C.
then item C, I would move and ask for a second for a resolution authorizing a contract extension for Kane County Plumbing Maintenance and Repair Services with Key Construction Group Incorporated, Hartwig Mechanical Incorporated, and RJ O'Neill Incorporated for the Kane County Building Management Department bid number 23-001. That's TMP 26-361 on page 160 for, as it says here, up to $1 million per year. And ask for a second.
Gums will second.
And then in discussion, I will start with discussion,
There's
and I've had,
discussion right next to you. Yes, sir.
well, I'm going to, well, I don't know. I'm going to ask for an amendment as recommended by the state's attorney for the amount, and that is up, it does state $1 million per year, but the state's attorney has asked that we change that to $500,000 per year, so that I would ask for a motion to approve
amendment.
Motion to amend Resolution TMP 26-361, authorizing a contract extension for Kane County Plumbing Maintenance and Repair Services with Key Construction Group, blah, 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 blah.
Bates moves.
And change that $1 million to $500,000 to match the bid.
Per fiscal year. So that is on the second paragraph of the whereas.
Second paragraph, whereas, and then down at the bottom of the page, down at the very bottom as well. Those would. On page 162. Yeah.
Juby seconds.
Thank you, Ms. Chuby. All right, there is a motion and a second to change it from 500,000, from 1 million to 500,000. Is there any questions on this? Yes, ma'am.
Microphone, please.
The microphone. Yes.
New tricks, got to learn new tricks. This is Alan, and my question is are we changing it based on last year's usage or some other good reasoning?
Yes, yes.
I'd ask maybe Mr. Fonstock could
Mr.
address
Fonstock?
that.
This is Roger Fonsock with IT and Building Management. So the discussion with the state's attorney's office was what was in the solicitation, which was $500,000, and what's in our budget, which is $500,000. The language from the resolution that you had, the original, was a carryover of language, and it just needs to be edited to $500,000 to match the budget and to match the solicitation.
Thank you.
Mr. Sturgis, you had a question?
I removed
Oh, okay, very good. Any other questions? So we have a motion and a second for the amendment. Clerk, call the roll.
Allen,
Alan, aye.
Bates,
Bates, yes.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Juby,
Juby, aye.
Caius,
Guys, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Lewis,
Lewis, yes.
Molina,
Molina, yes.
Sanchez,
Sanchez, yes.
Strathman,
Strathman, yes.
Sturgis,
Yes.
Tepe,
Duffy, yes.
Roth.
Roth, yes.
Amended?
All right, very good.
So that was the amendment. Now we have to
Now we
ask
have
for
to
a
vote
vote for the
as amended.
resolution.
As amended. So could we have I think we're ready for the vote as amended, and that, remember, it's 500,000, removing the $1 million. So clerk, call the roll as
Allen?
amended.
Alan, aye.
Bates, Gums,
Gums, yes.
Juby,
Juby, aye.
Caius,
Guys, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Lewis, Molina, Sanchez,
Sanchez, yes.
Strathman,
Strathman, yes.
Sturgis,
Sturgis, yes.
Tepe,
Duffy, yes.
Roth.
Roth, yes.
Juby, agriculture.
Madam Chair,
Oh, yeah.
could we?
My apologies.
Yes.
Yes, we have to, there has been a request for Mr. Iqbal to present development. So with your permission, I'd like to just alter that agenda now because he's got to leave at 10:20 for a meeting. So please, sir, go ahead with development.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. Our chairman, Mr. William, is not here, and I will be presenting two items, one at a time. On the item one is the ordinance amending Chapter 6 of the Kane County Code for the building permit fees for the solar facilities. This Exhibit A that was distributed contains the updated building permit fees. The first item in here is the solar energy facility. The other one is the solar storage, energy storage facility. And then the non-commercial, which is the rooftop unit for folks. And the last item is the low voltage, which is based on the new Public Act 104-0457, I believe. No, 58. So I request to
Gums will move.
move.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to.
Yes.
I'd like someone to move.
And a second, please.
Alan moves.
Roth, a second.
Madam Chair, just to be sure, because Dr. Iqbal does not sit on the executive committee, it should be moved and seconded by current executive committee members.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
that's what.
Alan will move.
Okay, so we've got that.
Roth will second.
Real quickly, that was just to move forward the ordinance, not the amendment.
It's for the amendment, just presenting it. Yeah.
Hi, yeah, Mark Van Kerkhoff. So the original ordinance that was passed by and forwarded by County Development Committee had the exact same fee numbers. The state's attorney had recommended that we add some definitions to those. So what's new in the new attachment are definitions, so that I believe it would be appropriate to first amend the ordinance by swapping out the new Exhibit A and then voting on the resolution for it to move forward.
So, okay, so it's replaced with, we have that, and then the new one, new Exhibit A, that was presented by the state's attorney, does have additional language, if you can compare the two of them. The numbers are exactly the same. As per, what's the number of the bill that was passed?
I don't have the bill memorized, but this is sort of a step one of a two-step process. So their first step was to amend our building ordinance for fees so we could capture the fees that we should be getting for these large facilities and the complicated applications and review process that we have. And then in coming months, we'll be going through the process in the zoning ordinance to revise our zoning ordinance to align with the statute and also include definitions that will be consistent with these.
So we have a, does everybody understand what's happening right now?
Just a quick clarification.
Yes.
Not really.
Mr. Van Kerkhoff said recommended an amendment. Does the state's attorney agree with that for A?
So if I understand the discussion, the question is we have a motion on the floor for
A and B.
A.
For A.
And I believe Mr. Van Kerkhoff is asking for someone to please make an amendment to that ordinance to incorporate the Exhibit A as passed out this morning.
The new Exhibit A.
And Ms. Allen on it.
Absolutely.
And Roth will second the
Exhibit A,
amendment.
okay. All right, so we have, all right, hold on a second, please. All right, so everybody's clarified that this is the, in your packet, the Exhibit A in your packet has been replaced with the one on your desk, which has additional language in it. And that's the one that is being asked for your consideration to pass forward. We have a motion and a second to support the amended exhibit. And who? We need it. Oh, okay, we need a motion and a second to support the amended exhibit.
Alan moves.
Roth will second.
Okay, very good. All right, please take a vote, call the vote on the amendment.
Allen?
Allen, aye.
Bates?
Bates, yes.
Gums?
Gums, yes.
Juby?
Juby, aye.
Caius?
Caius, yes.
Leonard?
Leonard, yes.
Lewis?
Lewis, yes.
Molina?
Molina, yes.
Sanchez?
Sanchez, yes.
Strathman?
Strathman, yes.
Surges?
Yes.
Tepe?
Jeppy, yes.
Roth?
Roth, yes.
Okay, very good. All right, we have an amended ordinance now. So clerk, call the roll on the ordinance as amended.
Allen?
Allen, aye.
Bates?
Bates, yes.
Gums?
Gums, yes.
Juby?
Juby, aye.
Caius?
Caius, yes.
Leonard?
Leonard, yes.
Lewis?
Lewis, yes.
Molina?
Molina, yes.
Sanchez?
Sanchez, yes.
Strathman?
Strathman, yes.
Surges?
Yes.
Tepe?
Jeppy, yes.
Roth?
Roth, yes.
Okay. Okay, very good. All right, good. Next one.
Okay. Thank you. The second item is establishing the official name for a segment of Illinois Route 31 in unincorporated Kane County. May I have the slide number, page number 636 on the screen, please? Yeah, exactly. Madam Chair, as to introduce this thing, this is a segment of the road on Route 31, which was labeled as a Lincoln Way back in '89, and there is no signs on this road what it is, and it has been called Aurora Batavia Road or Lincoln Highway, and it has been confusing for the public assessment record, U.S. Postal Service, and ER services that we have. So to align it with what we have in our GIS, this resolution call for to rename it or to establish that name as Lincoln Way.
Gums would move that.
And is there a second?
Roth, a second.
Thank you. And is it Lincoln Way one word or Lincoln Way two words?
It's one word.
One word, okay.
I just, Gums, I just have a quick comment. Thank you for getting this done. This has to be done to fix a lot of things that we don't think about. So when you go all the way up Lincoln Way, Batavia Avenue, it's a hot mess for our 911 dispatchers, and it needs to be fixed. So we couldn't do that until we got this fixed. So I appreciate that, the staff working on this. It's been a long time coming, and it was brought to me by the North Aurora Police Department because it is a problem. So
There's
nothing worse than sending somebody to the wrong
well,
address.
you just go down by Mooseheart.
Right, yeah.
It's by Mooseheart. But now we have an official name for the street. It's no longer Batavia. As soon as it leaves Batavia and goes into North Aurora, it becomes Lincoln Way. So Batavia Avenue shifts its name.
So I would need a motion.
No, we already did.
We already did
Okay.
that. So is there any other questions? Are there any questions? No? Call the roll, please.
Allen,
Allen, aye.
Bates,
Bates, yes.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Juby,
Juby, aye.
Caius,
Caius, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Lewis, Molina,
Molina, yes.
Sanchez,
Sanchez, yes.
Strathman,
Strathman, yes.
Sturgis, Tepe, Roth.
Roth, yes.
Passes.
Okay, Ms. Bates.
Back to agriculture.
We do ag.
Oh, back to ag,
please.
back to ag. Ms. Juby, yes,
Thank
please.
you.
Thank you.
I have two resolutions present for discussion and possible approval. The first one is on page 412, TMP 26-411 is authorizing the approval of qualified vendors to provide technical services for food and agriculture projects in Kane County. I have a motion to approve.
Allen moves.
Thank you. Any questions?
Any questions? Seeing none, clerk call the roll.
Allen,
Allen, aye.
Bates,
Bates, yes.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Juby,
Juby, aye.
Caius,
Caius, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Lewis, Molina,
Molina, yes.
Sanchez,
Sanchez, yes.
Strathman. Ms. Strathman. Sturgis,
Yes.
Tepe,
Tepe, yes.
Roth.
Roth, yes.
Okay, the second one, item B, is on page 595. It is TMP 26-412. It's a resolution authorizing a contract with consultants to provide food and agriculture project consulting services. I would like to amend this by actually placing the names of the consultants, Delta Institute, Camp Sustainable Agriculture Group, LLC, and New Venture Advisors. And I would also like to add the contract amounts not to exceed $81,923 for the Delta Institute, $412,500 for Camp Sustainable Agriculture Group, LLC, and $167,200 for New Venture Advisors, LLC. Everyone should have a copy of the amendment at your place. We just didn't have time to fill in the actual consultants with the amounts. So if we could.
Roth would make the motion for the amendment.
Thank you.
Allen seconds.
Do we need a motion and a second to move it first?
Yes,
Yes,
we
please.
need a
Okay,
motion
then
and a
let's do
second
that.
to
I'll make the motion for,
move this as,
Move it.
move the amendment.
and
Second, who's second?
Allen.
Alan, all right, very good. Does everybody see the copy that you have on your desk? Okay, very good. Are there any questions on the amendment? Seeing none, clerk call the roll.
We need,
We'll hold Mr.
Keep
Tepe,
going on,
Mr.
okay.
Tepe.
Are these funds in the budget?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
good question. All right, this man's going to
Madam
hold
Chair, Gums.
us all to a budget. Yes, yes, ma'am, Ms. Combs.
correct me if I'm wrong. We got a motion to move it, but we did not get a motion for the amendment.
That's what we're voting on right now.
no, we did vote.
We did both.
They
We did both?
Yeah,
Okay.
Roth and
We did
Allen
both.
did.
So we're right now asking questions about the amendments.
Keep up.
We were fast tracking. Sorry.
All right, so everybody slow down, slow down. So there's no further questions on the amendment. We're going to take a vote to approve the amendment.
All right, Allen,
Allen, aye.
Bates,
Yes.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Juby,
Juby, aye.
Caius,
Caius, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Lewis, Molina,
Molina, yes.
Sanchez,
Sanchez, yes.
Strathman, thank you, Sturgis,
Yes.
Tepe,
Tepe, yes.
Roth.
Roth, yes.
Passes.
All right, now we're taking a vote on the amended resolution.
Allen,
Allen, aye.
Bates,
Yes.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Juby,
Juby, aye.
Caius,
Caius, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Lewis,
Lewis, yes.
Molina, Sanchez,
Sanchez, yes.
Strathman, Sturgis,
Yes.
Tepe,
Tepe, yes.
Roth.
Roth, yes.
All right.
Strathman, yes.
Oh,
Thank
okay,
you.
thank you. Welcome back. Ms. Bates.
I have 3 resolutions. The first one is on page 638, authorizing an agreement with the Battery Network, Inc. for reimbursement of collection costs for batteries collected by Kane County for recycling at a cost of 20 cents per, at a reimbursement of 20 cents per pound. Another resolution supporting Senate Bill 33915 and House Bill 4546 to create a manufacturer-ended funded household hazardous waste stewardship program in Illinois. And the third one is on page 677, resolution supporting House Bill 4652 to create a manufacturer-funded electronic smoking device stewardship program in Illinois. May I pass these all in one or separately?
We have a motion for all 3. We have a request for all 3. Do we have a
I
motion?
move all 3, please.
I don't
Motion.
think we can move them all at once.
Just put him on the consent agenda. Yes, you can.
I
Unless,
would
anybody like to
request
pull
them
one off?
separately.
Oh, separately? Okay, there's a request to do each separately, so let's go to A.
Okay, so the resolution authorizing the agreement with Battery Network, Inc.
May I have a motion to?
Caius, move.
Thank you. Second, please.
Allen, seconds.
Okay, any discussion? Seeing none, clerk call the roll.
Allen,
Allen, aye.
Bates,
Bates, yes.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Juby,
Juby, aye.
Caius,
Caius, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Lewis,
Lewis, yes.
Molina,
Molina, yes.
Sanchez,
Sanchez, yes.
Strathman,
Strathman, yes.
Sturgis,
Yes.
Tepe,
Tepe, yes.
Roth.
Okay, very good.
Roth, yes.
Next one.
The second resolution is supporting Senate Bill 3915 and House Bill 4546 to create a manufacturer-funded household hazardous waste stewardship program in Illinois. I will move and ask for a second.
Caius, second.
Okay,
Five seconds.
very good. Any discussion? Yes, sir. Mr. Sturgis.
Madam Chair, Sturgis, Mavis, could you describe what a stewardship program means?
I will ask Claire to come up. Do you want to describe what a stewardship program is? The podium. is
Oh,
there.
no, you have to go to the podium?
That'd be fine. Oh. Okay.
There we go. Okay, sorry. Right, so a stewardship.
Claire, could you introduce yourself before you begin?
Yes, sorry. My name is Claire Ryan. I'm the County Recycling Program Coordinator in Environmental and Water Resources.
Thank you.
So a stewardship program is essentially a program to collect and safely dispose of any given material. This type of legislation where we're asking manufacturers to fund that is sometimes called extended producer responsibility. So the idea is, in addition to actually making the products, the manufacturer also takes some level of accountability for organizing collection of unused portion of the product and safe disposal. So household hazardous waste are materials that are either flammable, highly corrosive, acutely toxic, or highly reactive with each other in the environment. They're not really safe for people. They're not safe for the environment, but currently law allows people to throw them away We have voluntary household hazardous waste programs. The county expends $20,000 a year, or actually $25,000 in support of voluntary household hazardous waste programs to try and divert this material. A program like this would go a lot further in terms of capturing that material and making it a lot easier for people to dispose of it safely.
Yes, one follow-up question.
So if I can, the thing that hits me most on this is in a previous life as an elected official in the village that I served, there was a fire one day, and the fire trucks all went, and everybody looked at each other and said, what are we supposed to do with this? And it was a bunch of car batteries that had been buried under the farm field and plowed over, and they caught fire. And nobody really knew, what do we do with this? And do you just dive in there to try and remediate them? And so I guess my point is, if this is a step to make sure that stuff like that never happens again, yay. And are we saying that we're kind of putting it on the people that make this stuff and asking them for assistance, and hey, it's really great that you did this, but what do we do when it's over? Sort of thing.
The recycling.
And I mean, which made this, you know, again, I look at this in a slightly broader scope, like because some of this stuff is so temporary, 3 to 5 years, but some of it, like the solar fields, what do you do in 23 years with those panels?
Recycle them.
Yeah, where do we put those and how does that work? So I'm very in tune with this, and this young lady here, and I'm sorry, I'm so bad with names, I apologize.
Claire, her name is
Claire, you do such a great job with the different communities we serve and how, at least in the Dundees, how we hold hand in hand, you know, to try and make our collections work. So I appreciate your hard work on this. Just the word stewardship is just one of those things where, does that have teeth, or is this mushy-mashy, or what, you know, what does that mean? I'm just, like, I'd love to vote yes for this, but is this just a symbolic thing, or is this really, does this have some thrust?
I believe the gist of this is that we are asking the manufacturers to help with the recycling of these hazardous waste products. And Ms. Ryan is our expert.
Yeah, I would just answer the question that it does have teeth. Like, it is a requirement that manufacturers organize through one or more nonprofit organizations to make the safe collection happen. We have programs that are actually in effect now, but we just voted on the part of the battery one. And there's also one for paints, including oil-based paint, which is a hazardous waste. So those are in effect right now, and they, you know, it is the manufacturers that are organizing those programs.
So it does have teeth.
So there's quite a nice explanation through this, and the county is going to be impacted under their stewardship program requirements, incorporate existing local government collection sites into the program, which are paid for, supported by this collection of these resources. Financial resources to support that. Mr. Roth and then Ms. Chuby.
Okay. More of a question, and I don't know if it's in all the detail. Most manufacturers are going to pass the cost on. What does it come to? I mean, we're talking a few pennies additional where the price will go up, or hundreds of dollars?
It probably depends on how difficult the material is to dispose. Like something like fertilizer, I would imagine it would be a few cents, because you're going to send that waste to energy, right?
Which is okay, yeah.
Yeah, some of the more toxic components that require special treatment, mercury-containing items, it would probably be more, but I don't really know.
Well, and mercury's very small usually, right?
Small quantity, yeah.
Yeah, and it's so toxic, you don't want that out in the environment, so, okay.
No, you do not.
So there's nothing excessive, the price is going to double on some, hopefully.
I don't think so.
We would hope not. I think generally everybody would hope not. Ms. Chuby?
All right, on page 657 of the packet, bill lines 9 through 19, it has a progressive collection cost starting at 50%, then 60, 70, 80, 90. Who pays the additional percentage? Claire?
It would still be the local government that's supporting it now. Like right now for Naperville, the collection of local governments that support that site support 100% of the collection costs. So if we're paying $10,000 a year now to Naperville, which we are, I guess it would be $1,000 by the end of that kind of pull down.
May I have a follow-up question? Is this requiring us to develop our own in Kane County? I didn't see that anywhere in the bill.
It's under the, what I read was the stewardship program description of what that is.
So it is requiring Kane County to set up its own individual stewardship program?
It says incorporate existing local government collection.
Right, that's what my clarification question is, because we use Naperville in DuPage. Is this requiring us in Kane County to develop our own?
Claire's got that answer.
No, no, it doesn't. If we were to want to do that, there is something in the bill that would require the stewardship program to pay a certain percentage of the capital cost of doing that, but there's no requirement that we build any more collection facilities.
Okay.
And where is this bill currently sitting? Is this in rules or did this get moved?
It has been moved. It's had a hearing, this one.
It has been moved legislative. Do you have any idea?
Give me 2 seconds and I'll tell you. I don't want to comment on it because the last time I checked, it was in rules, but.
While she's looking that up, Madam Chair, it's, we recently moved my parents from their 30-year home, single family, to an assisted facility. And it is incredible how many gallons of paint over 30 years are sitting there. And then you sit there going, what am I supposed to do with these? And the Ace Hardware people made a big old bucket of money off of Uncle Cliff. You know, but they wouldn't take all of it. The oil-based paints were really problematic. The latex-based paints they were able to do, but I think it was like $5 per gallon, regardless of how much was in it. Yeah, you know, so I mean, I appreciate everything you do.
I do have that answer, Madam Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
It has not changed since I last reviewed this. It is in assignments since the beginning of February. It likely will not move.
So it's going nowhere. Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, so here we are. So I think, do we still want to support this? Yes, all right.
It was passed through legislative,
All
I
right,
believe
so-
unanimously.
Okay, so let's take the vote.
No, it wasn't passed.
Yes, it was. Manufacturer funded, these all passed
I believe that
through
was the-
legislative,
I believe that is the case.
unanimously.
There were 2 that were passed.
Okay.
All right,
So we are following the committee structure and,
and that it's.
Don't mind me, I have a lot of bills in my brain.
yeah. So it was passed unanimously in E&E and unanimously in legislative.
Okay, thank you for that clarification. Thank you, Claire. All right, we have a motion and a second on the table. Clerk, call the roll.
Allen,
Allen, aye.
Bates,
Bates, yes.
Gums,
I will vote yes, hoping that it moves for you.
Juby,
Juby,
Caius, Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Lewis,
Lewis, yes.
Molina,
Molina, yes.
Sanchez, Strathman,
Strathman, yes.
Sturgis, Tepe,
Tepe, yes.
Roth.
Roth, yes.
Okay, next one. You ready?
One more. A resolution supporting House Bill 4652 to create a manufacturer-funded electronic smoking device stewardship program in Illinois.
All right. Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I will move.
Roth, a second.
Let Mr. Caius take that, please. So, all right. Are there any questions on this side of Mr. Roth?
Is it regarding the electric?
It's vaping. It's
Yeah.
trying to recover the circuitry, the lithium, the
Extremely
plastic.
dangerous.
Right. from the vaping.
And so if it the cost gets passed on, it'd be those people vaping. Similar.
A user tax for people who do vape. So since I'm not familiar with this because I don't smoke cigarettes or anything, what do you do with the product? Will we have here?
Speak up, please, or use the mic.
Oh, will there be baskets that people can put this in throughout the community? How is this going to be collected?
Hi, this is Claire Ryan again. So it depends on how the nonprofit selected by the industry decides to scope the program. So for example, we have a new paint program and local governments are not really involved in collecting the paint through that program. It's all being done through retailers and the retailers are happy to do it. Batteries, it's the opposite. The group does have retail partners, but they're very reticent about collecting single-use batteries, whereas the local governments are a little bit more apt to do it, especially with that 20-cent incentive, 20 cent per pound incentive. So this one, I think it's pretty likely that vape stores would be the primary focus of returns, but other locations where vapes tend to accumulate, such as even schools, might want to have some sort of a collection kit, colleges, to make sure they can be contained safely and that they're able to use the program to dispose of them.
Okay, all right, very good. Thank you. Ms. Chuby.
So this bill, I like this bill as it's written. However, I have a problem saying that I would support it without referencing the fact as written, because it's been re-referred to rules, which means it's probably going to be changed. And I don't want to say I'm going to support something that I haven't seen. So I would like to make an amendment that we say, in the now therefore be it resolved, establishing Kane County as proponent of HB 6552 as written.
On the date?
Well, it's the date, it's implied by the date we sign it. Correct.
All right, there's a motion on the
Or
table.
as currently written. We can put as currently written.
That is a motion. Is there a second? Let Mr. Sturgis take this one. Are there any questions on the amendment? With no questions? Yes, ma'am.
No questions, but I completely agree with Ms. Juby. When we are approving any of these resolutions, we should make sure that in the resolution it's stated as written, because things do change. And, you know, usually change happens really quickly in Springfield. So we want to make sure that what we're agreeing to is what we're reviewing when it goes through our committee versus what ends up happening in Springfield the day of on the floor.
Yes.
So.
Okay, very good. All right, so could we, with no further comments on the amendment, clerk call the roll?
Allen?
Allen, aye.
Bates?
Bates, yes.
Gums?
Gums, yes.
Juby?
Juby, aye.
Caius?
This is to amend?
Yes. This is to amend.
Caius, yes.
Leonard?
Leonard, yes.
Lewis?
Lewis, yes.
Molina?
Molina, yes.
Sanchez?
Sanchez, yes.
Strathman?
Strathman, yes.
Sturgis?
Yes.
Yes.
Tuppy?
Tepe, yes.
Roth?
Roth, yes.
All right, now we're going to take the vote on resolution 26360 as amended.
Allen?
Allen, aye.
Bates?
Bates, yes.
Gums?
Gums, yes.
Juby?
Juby, aye.
Caius? Leonard?
Leonard, yes.
Lewis?
Lewis, yes.
Molina?
Molina, yes.
Sanchez?
Sanchez, yes.
Strathman?
Strathman, yes.
Sturgis? Tuppy?
Tepe, yes.
Roth?
Roth, yes.
Okay, very good. Before we go on to finance, I would commend Mr. Roth, if this gets passed through the full board, if you could make sure that you look at the last paragraph and encourage all of us to if we are proponents of this, to do witness slips in support of the bill. Easy ask, easy ask. Should note. All righty, Mr. Tepe. Oh, I'm sorry, my apologies, my apologies. Finance.
Yeah, Sanchez here. I know we look alike.
It's,
All right,
you can look as handsome as this man in a few years.
I'd be so lucky. Okay. Well, I have 11 resolutions and I will move all of them unless somebody wants to remove one for discussion. All right, item K, any others removed for discussion separately? Okay, so I would move all 10 minus K and ask for a second. Second. All right, I'll just go through these really quickly. A is resolution approving February 2026 claims paid in the amount of $9,569,815.29. Item B is an ordinance authorizing the revision of the Kane County financial policies related to travel. Items C through H are all intergovernmental agreements for juvenile detention services with the following counties: Warren, McDonough, Knox, Henderson, Hancock, and Fulton. Item I is a resolution authorizing a contract with Connor and Gallagher OneSource Incorporated for health insurance broker and consultant services for $125,000 the first year and $130,000 a year after that. Item J, a resolution authorizing an intergovernmental agreement with the City of Aurora for lead service line replacement in Sulphusburg Avenue in the amount of $200,000, and that is it. We will get to K after this vote. Any discussion, questions on these items?
Madam Chair, just one comment, if I could.
Oh, yes, Mr. Leonard.
I just wanted to make sure that everybody understood with the intergovernmental agreements with the 5 different counties, they're all for $225 a day, and these are 3-year contracts.
Everybody understands that? No, we have lots of agreement online.
I did forget to mention that part. I had it written down though.
Okay.
Sorry, Bill.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so I think we're ready for the vote with no other comment. And this is all except for K.
Allen?
Allen, aye.
Bates?
Bates, yes.
Gums?
Gums, yes.
Juby?
Juby, aye.
Caius?
Yes.
Leonard?
Leonard, yes.
Lewis?
Lewis, yes.
Molina? Sanchez?
Sanchez, yes.
Strathman?
Strathman, yes.
Sturgis? Pepe?
Tepe, yes.
Roth?
Roth, yes.
Passes?
I'll move item K, approving an agreement with Eisner Advisory Group LLC EAG to provide professional software implementation services to the finance department up to $10,000 for inclusion on the consent agenda, but for discussion, is that the intention? Okay, and ask for a second.
Second,
Leonard will
please.
second.
Oh, thank you, Mr.
Seconds.
Leonard.
And then Ms. Juby, I believe you had a question.
I do. I had a question. I should have asked it in finance, but the meeting went too long and I was tired. On page 819 of the contract, it talks about the initial term starting December 1st, 2025, and we are in 2026. So how is that possible that we are approving a contract to start December 1st, 2025 in April of 2026?
Mr. Leonard, could you respond to that, or Ms. Hopkinson is coming up?
I'll let Ms. Hopkinson respond to that.
Oh, very good.
So this resolution is necessary because Eisner Amper changed their name. They were EAG, now they're Eisner Advisory Group. So because they reincorporated under a different name, we have to go to a resolution, but we have been using them.
The new company, for the new company name.
But their initial term isn't December 1st, or we should have, if they had changed their name by December 1st, we should have had this resolution then. We're starting the initial term in April. So it is my understanding that from December to April, we have not had a contract?
No, we have had a contract. We worked with them. I did have the state's attorney's office review all of the contractual documents that have been included in the packet. I work with them because of the name change.
Is this a change of corporate structure? Does anybody know? Oh, okay.
I believe it's just a name change.
Correct. No, that is what being suggested, but we're trying to answer Ms. Juby's question.
Too early.
But I guess Sanchez here, my question would be, wouldn't it in some way be covered under implied contract, even if they're changing names? Contract was started.
I believe we had to, it's a whole new contract because of the change of the name.
The legal name. They dissolved one company and formed another one by the name change. Could you get the microphone, please?
Is it accurate that there was additional money that was needed to be approved, and that's also why they needed to
Yes.
do it again?
Yes, it was, the finance department budgeted $10,000 for the fiscal 2026 budget for this service, just to continue this service with this vendor. So this was budgeted, but when we went to do the contract work, they had a new name. I worked with the state's attorney's office. The state's attorney's office worked with the vendor to get all the information on the new name. And I believe it's a whole new contract.
All right, so,
Okay.
yes, Ms. Chuby. Did the question get answered for you?
Well, no, the question didn't get answered for me because we have a summary of professional services fees and acceptance from them that says this term is starting December 1st, 2025, and we are voting on it in April. So no, there is a discrepancy there. I don't know how we would amend their information because our thing just says we're just starting it now. So I don't know how to amend that. I don't know how to fix this, which is clearly a problem.
So if my understanding, and my understanding is that you're asking for perhaps a brand new termination of the old contract and starting new contract?
I'm just asking for it to match what we're actually doing. We're actually approving a contract in April before the full county board, but we have documentation that says the initial contract went starting December 1st, 2025 to November 3rd, 2026. I just want it to reflect what we're actually doing.
Yes.
So my question is simply, have we paid this yet?
No, we haven't started using, we ended services with this vendor November 30th pending this resolution, so I haven't used them yet this year.
Thank you, Ms. Young.
Madam Chair,
To make our contract start in April?
Do you have a follow-up question, Ms. Young?
Yes, so to the state's attorney, shouldn't we rewrite the contract as we haven't used them, January 1 of this year or April 8th of this year or whatever we're going to do?
I think, and perhaps I can step aside with Finance Director Hopkinson and just draft a brief amendment that would satisfy all of those concerns. So we can then come back and add.
That's fine. If we can amend it to do what we're actually doing instead of what we wish we were doing, that would be great.
Yeah, that's fine with me to change the start date.
All right, so we can.
Motion to table?
With table, we're just going to postpone right now?
Well, you table it for the same meeting, so
Yeah.
what I'm suggesting is I'll step
Okay,
aside.
fine. So we're going to table this momentarily for a few
And then we'll
moments
just
and
bring
we'll
it
bring
back
it
when
back.
we're ready.
Okay, so let's continue.
So I think we're done with finance.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right, Bill, did you understand what we're doing? We're just tabling to draft an amendment.
Yes.
Okay, let's go on to Ms. Molina, Judicial Public Safety, and we'll go back to Finance when they're completed.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. Judicial and Public Safety met on March 12th. We have two items that we'd like to move to the consent agenda. I'm going to take them each separately because item B does have an amendment request. So the first one is a resolution authorizing the renewal of the Gray Contact Digital Forensics License by the King County Sheriff's Office in the amount of $37,370. That is budgeted. I make a motion to move to the consent and request a second.
Leonard will second.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Leonard. Any questions? Hearing none, clerk call the roll.
Allen?
Allen, aye.
Bates? Ms. Bates? Gums?
Gums, yes.
Juby? Caius?
Yes.
Leonard?
Leonard, yes.
Lewis?
Lewis, yes.
Molina?
Molina, yes.
Sanchez?
Sanchez, yes.
Strathman?
Strathman, yes.
Sturgis, Pepe.
Tepe, yes.
I did want to note, Mr. Williams did sign on remotely.
Oh, Mr. Williams, you're back. So can we accept Mr. Williams back in the room?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Mr. Williams, full voting rights, welcome.
Williams,
Yes.
Roth.
Roth, yes.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Okay, next.
Okay, the next one is a resolution authorizing a one-year contract extension with WellPath for King County Jail Medical Service. I'll make a motion to move and discuss, and then I will be asking for an amendment.
Okay,
Tepe seconds.
seconds. All right, now we
Okay.
have the amendment.
Now the amendment, I'm going to take this on, so bear with me, provide me a little bit of grace. Under Sheriff Johnson was not able to be here. So the amendment they are requesting is twofold. On the second whereas, I'll read it and then I'll tell you where we're asking for an amendment. Whereas the 3-year contract concluding on November 30th, 2025, the Sheriff's Office has found it expedient to exercise the option for the first-year extension to continue services by WealthPath LLC. And then we are removing the rest of that and in placing for 365 calendar days from the calendar day the last signatory party signs the amendment. So we're replacing the dates on there to the 365 calendar days. And then in the last paragraph, we are removing everything after the $4,615,922.62. So we're removing anything that states beginning December to November on both of these whereases. I'll make a motion to make the amendments and request a second.
Gums will second.
We have a motion, a second. Any questions on this? I just have one clarification for the first edit. WellPath for the 365 calendar days, and then there was anything else?
From the calendar day that the last signatory party signs the amendment. And I'll pass these on to, I'll give this to Savannah so that we have it for county board.
Does everybody understand this? Okay, very good. So we have an amendment. If there's no discussion, clerk, call the roll on the amendment.
Allen,
Allen, aye.
Bates,
Bates, yes.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Juby, Caius,
Caius, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Lewis,
Lewis, yes.
Molina,
Molina, yes.
Sanchez,
Sanchez, yes.
Strathman,
Strathman, yes.
Sturgis.
Please step down.
He
Oh,
stepped
I'm
down.
sorry, thank you. Pepe,
Tepe, yes.
Williams,
Williams, yes.
Roth.
Roth, yes.
Very good. Okay, the amendment passes. I believe with no further discussion, let's take the vote on the resolution as amended.
Allen,
Allen, aye.
Bates, Gums,
Gums, yes.
Juby, Caius,
Caius, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Lewis,
Lewis, yes.
Molina,
Molina, yes.
Sanchez,
Sanchez, yes.
Strathman,
Strathman, yes.
Sturgis. Sorry, he's away. Tepe,
Tepe, yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Roth.
Roth, yes.
All right, very good. Okay, thank you, Ms. Molina. Now, Mr. Tepe.
Thank you. Good morning again. Transportation has 12 items to be voted on. I'd like to deal with items A through K, the first 11, and then deal with the 12th item separately. So may I have I move items A through K and ask for a second.
Roth, a second.
Okay. A is a resolution approving the purchase of one 2026 Ford F-250 truck cab and body in the amount of $70,405. Was in the budget. B is a resolution appropriating funds and amending resolution 19-452 with V3 Companies Limited of Woodridge, Illinois for on-call design engineering services in the amount of $100,000, also in budget. C is a resolution approving 4 adopt-a-highway applicants, 1 renewal and 3 new. D is a resolution approving the purchase of one 2026 Falcon 2T1B propane fire asphalt repair hot box. in the amount of $43,007, also in budget. Is a resolution approving an intergovernmental agreement with the state of Illinois for Phase 3 engineering and construction for the Kirk Road and Douglas Road facility. No dollars are involved with this. F is a resolution approving an intergovernmental agreement between the County of Kane and the City of Geneva for access to Fabian Parkway at Couch Road. G is an ordinance approving a school zone speed limit alteration on Kirk Road from 500 feet north of Foxfield Drive to Majestic Oaks Drive. H is an ordinance approving an alteration of speed limit on Kirk Road from Majestic Oaks Drive to Illinois Route 64 Main Street. I is a resolution approving a contract for construction with Corrective Asphalt Materials of South Roxana, Illinois for the 2026 Kane County Rejuvenator Project. This is the road paving for Kane County roads in the amount of $514,357, also in budget. J is a resolution approving an agreement for Phase 1 engineering services with Michael Baker International of Chicago, Illinois for the Randall Road over UPRR and Kesslinger Road bridge improvements in the amount of $1,796,828, also in budget. K is a resolution approving a Phase 3 construction engineering services agreement with Alfred Benish and Company, Inc. of Chicago for the Randall Road at Hops Road grade separation project in the amount of $5,199,364.
All right. Would you
Any
like to move all of
questions?
those? Any questions? I have a question. Are they all in budget? Everything is in budget, correct?
All in budget.
All in budget. And before I take the vote, I would like to compliment the fact that the county is going to alter the speed limit for Kirk Road from Majestic Drive to Route 64 Main Street. Well done, very well done. It's cutting it in half. If you've seen, it's a very busy area. We've got middle school and a high school there. Parents have been concerned. We've all been concerned about the kids' safety. Big housing development on the other side, on the east side of it. So thank you. Thank you very much for that change. All right, with that, take the vote on the items and we'll get back to L.
Oh, I'm sorry. We removed L.
No, L.
No.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't hear that. Okay. Alan?
Items A through K. We're going to get back to L.
Alan?
Alan, aye.
Bates?
Bates, yes.
Gums? Gums, yes. Juby? Oh, sorry, she's away. Caius?
Caius, yes.
Leonard?
Leonard, yes.
Lewis?
Lewis, yes.
Molina?
Yes.
Sanchez?
Sanchez, yes.
Strathman?
Strathman, yes.
Surges?
Yes.
Tepe?
Tepe, yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Roth?
Roth, yes.
Okay, item 11 is a resolution approving a grade separation agreement and permanent easement deed with the Chicago Central and Pacific Railroad for the Randall Road at Hops intersection improvement and grade separation project. We have an amendment to this, but I'd like to first move the resolution and ask for a second.
We have a second.
Sanchez seconds.
Thank you, Mr. Sanchez.
Okay, we have a resolution that's been suggested by the state's attorney, or I'm sorry, an amendment that's been suggested by the state's attorney of special provisions that was passed out prior to the meeting. And I'd like to move that we adopt this document as an amendment to the resolution.
Sanchez will second that.
Can you highlight what the changes are, why this was included?
Tom?
Thank you. How?
The agreement, time record with the Division of Transportation, sorry. The agreement that was part of the packet when it was at Transportation Committee did not include the special provisions. It had Exhibit B, and it said that it would be added. The state's attorney's office has been working diligently with the railroad in order to finalize those provisions. They've been finalized, and we thought it was very important to, since it's part of the contract as Exhibit B, that we add it at executive so that you have the document in front of you for the county board. The special provisions essentially is utilized for right of access. We're going to be doing work within the railroad right of way, and as such, they have a number of conditions that are required to ensure safety, including a whole bunch of conditions within that document, but also even safety training for the contractor and county staff that are in the right of way while working. So.
And may I ask a question? Who's going to be managing, make sure that the safety protocol is in place?
They will have individuals on the site, as well as the contractor will have training, and so it's mainly the railroad. We have to, anytime we move within, I think they call it the foul area, within 25 feet, anytime that we're within 25 feet of the railroad, they have to be out there.
Okay, good, glad, good. All right, we have a motion to amend and a second. Any discussion on this? If not, let's vote on the amendment.
My apologies. Who is the motion and second for the amendment?
Mr. Tepe, Mr. Roth? It was Sanchez, yes.
Okay, so then who moved it forward? Them two as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
The amendment, yes.
Allen?
Allen, aye.
Bates?
Bates, yes.
Gums?
Gums, yes.
Juby?
Juby abstain.
Caius?
Caius, yes.
Leonard?
Leonard, yes.
Lewis?
Lewis, yes.
Molina?
Molina, yes.
Sanchez?
Sanchez, yes.
Strathman?
Strathman, yes.
Surges? Tepe?
Tepe, yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Roth?
Roth, yes.
Is amended?
Okay, so let's take now the vote on the amendment, on the resolution as amended.
Allen?
Allen, aye.
Bates?
Bates, yes.
Gums?
Gums, yes.
Juby?
Juby abstain.
Caius?
Caius, yes.
Leonard?
Leonard, yes.
Lewis?
Lewis, yes.
Molina? Sanchez?
Sanchez, yes.
Strathman?
Strathman, yes.
Surges?
Yes.
Tepe?
Tepe, yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Roth?
Roth, yes.
Okay, yes, Mr. Sanchez.
Madam Chair, I was going to move to take off the table that finance resolution before we go on to the rest of the agenda.
Yes, that absolutely. I
Okay,
think it's,
so-
are you all ready?
Yeah, I'll motion to take off the table item K under finance, the resolution approving an agreement with Eisner Advisory Group LLC, and ask for a second.
Gums, a second.
Okay, so now,
We vote on that first and then. it's
yes,
okay.
let's take that. It's going to be moved off the table. So approval for that. So clerk, call the roll.
1 second, please.
Incredibly quickly.
Allen?
Allen, aye.
Bates? Gums?
Gums, yes.
Juby?
Juby, aye.
Caius?
Stop turning this.
Caius, yes.
Leonard?
Leonard, yes.
Lewis?
Lewis, yes.
Molina?
Molina, yes.
Sanchez?
Sanchez, yes.
Strathman?
Strathman, yes.
Surges?
Yes.
Tepe?
Tepe, yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Roth?
Roth, yes.
Okay. Ready to introduce item K?
Madam Chair, I would like to make amendment to the last paragraph, and now therefore be it resolved by the Kane County Board that the chairman thereof is hereby authorized to execute an amendment to the contract with Eisner Amper for on-call professional services. I would like to strike from the date hereof and replace it with from April 14th, 2026, and then continue through November 30th, 2027 with the option to extend for an additional year.
That was easy. So we have a, Sorry, lots of conversation about that. Very easy. We have a motion to amend. So could we please take the roll on approval of the amendment? Do we have a, who's the second? We have a
Roth will second.
Thank you, Mr. Roth. Finance Kay.
Sorry, I had Juby and who?
Roth.
Allen?
Allen, aye.
Bates?
Bates, yes.
Gums?
Gums, yes.
Juby?
Juby, aye.
Caius?
Caius, yes.
Leonard?
Leonard, yes.
Lewis?
Lewis, yes.
Molina?
Molina, yes.
Sanchez?
Sanchez, yes.
Strathman?
Strathman, yes.
Burgess? Tepe?
Deputy President,
Tepe present, you said?
Present.
Thank you. Williams?
Yes.
Roth?
Roth, yes.
Okay, passes. Okay, very good. Now we have to take a vote on the item K as amended. God bless you. All right. No further
Allen?
questions?
Allen,
Ready to
aye.
go?
Bates?
Bates, yes.
Gums?
Gums, yes.
Juby?
Juby, aye.
Caius?
Caius, yes.
Leonard?
Leonard, yes.
Lewis?
Lewis, yes.
Molina?
Molina, yes.
Sanchez?
Sanchez, yes.
Strathman?
Strathman, yes.
Surges? Tepe?
Deputy, yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Roth?
Roth, yes.
All right, everyone want to take a stretch for a moment? Ah, yes. Okay, we are off the consent agenda. Do you want to take a personal break? We've been at it for about 2 hours and 15 minutes, and let's reconvene in about 10 minutes if
Yes.
necessary. Yes? Okay, so let's reconvene. I'll see
Gums
you-
will move to take a 10-minute recess.
Sorry. All in favor recess? Yes?
Aye.
Okay, aye. All right. Okay. All right, we're getting back together. Clerk, could you call the roll, just to make sure we've got quorum in the room? Where's Mavis?
She was just here a second.
Okay. She's over there.
She's out with, smoking with.
Sneaked out.
Earl.
With one of those electronic smoking devices?
She snuck out with Ryan.
Allen, Bates, Gums, Juby, Caius,
Caius present.
Leonard. Mr. Leonard Sullivan.
Madam Chair, I swear you were. Is it you snuck?
Leonard, are you there?
Bill? He'll join us.
Okay. Lewis,
Who's here?
Molina,
Molina present.
Sanchez,
Sanchez present.
Strathman, Sturgis, Tepe, Williams,
Here. Leonard
Strathman is
present.
here.
Oh, and Strathman's here.
Leonard is,
And Leonard's here, okay.
Roth,
Roth here.
Huron.
Here as well. Okay, welcome back,
Bates here.
everybody. Yes, and Ms. Bates is here.
And Ms. Gums. Okay, thank you.
All right, so let's see if we can get through this consent agenda. May I have a motion and a second to, I'm going to give this all to Bill. Bill, why don't you go through this?
Okay.
Just A, B.
Right. A is a reimbursement request voucher. It's on page 1,104.
Yes.
It's
I'm sorry.
resolution number TMP-26-421 in the amount of $1,854.10. It's for Ms. Molina on her trip to Washington DC to attend the NACO. I'll make a motion if I can get a second.
Caius second.
Mr. Caius, any questions? Oh, yes, Mr. Sanchez.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. Actually, there is just a typo on here with the amounts for the airfare. It should read $350.59, and it says 49. I don't know if it's a Scrivener's error or we should amend it.
Is the total amount correct or
The
wrong?
total amount is correct, it's just that one.
Okay, I would call it a scribbler's
59.
error.
There's
Okay.
The details a couple pages down. Thank you for catching that.
Okay, so I think we can just do it as a Scrivener's error.
Or I'll throw the dime in if that'll help you, Ms. Molina. Yeah, I know.
Okay,
Any questions?
so with the Scrivener's error, with no further, go ahead, please.
Any questions? Okay, let's call the roll.
Allen, Bates,
Bates, yes.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Juby, Caius,
Caius, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Lewis,
Lewis, yes.
Molina,
Molina abstains.
Sanchez,
Sanchez, yes?
Strathman,
Strathman, yes.
Sturgis, Tepe,
Tepe, yes.
Williams,
Williams, yes.
Roth.
Roth, yes.
Passes.
Okay, the next one is on page 1,135, resolution TMP-26-435. It's a personal expense voucher in the amount of $3,265.77. It's for Ms. Gums on her trip to NACO in Washington, DC. I'll make a motion if I could get a second.
Leonard will second.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, let's call the roll.
Allen, Bates,
Bates, yes.
Gums,
Gums abstain.
Juby, Caius, Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Lewis,
Lewis, yes.
Molina,
Molina, yes.
Sanchez,
Sanchez, yes.
Strathman,
Yes.
Sturgis, Tepe,
Tepe, yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Roth.
Roth, yes.
Would like to
You do
bring
the
this
next
forward
one.
from the health
Madam Chair?
department? Yes,
I was gonna read this for Ms. Strathman.
very good, thank you.
So item C, Sanchez, item C, resolution authorizing a resolution to execute an agreement between the County of Kane and La Voz de Esperanza in the amount of $65,000 to support organizational development to serve families in Kane County. I make a motion and ask for a second. Just
Alan, Ms.
Alan
Allen.
has it. And this is just, this pass-through money. It's a grant that we just have to approve and then formally give to La Voz de Esperanza.
Yeah. It's a lovely accent, lovely pronunciation. Yes, Mr. Sturgis.
Just, Michael, have you been sitting here the whole day just waiting for this? Okay, I mean, if we have an item like this and one of our executives are here, personally, I have no problem jumping this up the list to get him back to his offices, just for what it's worth.
Oh, thank you for that comment. I think it's up to the discretion of our directors if they'd like to spend some time watching the board and, listening to what's going on. Yes.
Madam Chair, just a point of information for this one and the others. These are listed as off consent on our agenda. Are we allowed to place these on consent for the full county board or because they were off consent for executive? I'm just trying to make sure that we either are able to move the county board agenda as a consent a little faster or not.
I would have no issue with that, but I'm going to refer to our state's attorney.
So you could do that. You would make it, the motion though would be to move it to the consent agenda rather than moving it forward.
Can we bulk these up after we're done with them and then move them all, or do they have to be moved each separately?
I'm sorry, could you ask that again?
So we have a number of these items, C through.
If we could just do these individually, the A and B need to be off consent, but
Oh, yes,
the
but
rest
C.
of these, if we can just, when we're moving them, just request to move them on consent, would that be
You
okay?
can- You can do that, yes.
Just do it then? Okay.
But that would be, the wording of the motion should include that.
So we should
I
amend
would say,
the
I would like to
resolution.
move item C, D, E, and F. Move that they be placed on the consent agenda for county board on April 14th.
Okay, I can alter my motion to reflect that. And Bill, were you the second? Or who was the second? Oh, Jeff,
Alan,
that's right.
Alan.
Alan was.
Madam Chair, for
Okay, but Ms. Allen, do you agree to that amendment? Okay, could you say yes? Thank you.
And then, Madam Chair,
Alan seconds.
Yes, okay.
would you like me to read the other resolutions?
Well, hold on, we have a question.
No, I just, for our clerks, I just want to make sure our clerk all the language is going to remain the same for that, correct? For consent,
As we
okay.
go through, unless there's an item that you would like to keep off consent as we go through the
Okay,
list.
good, thanks.
Okay, all right, everybody ready? Okay. Take as amended.
We're not amending the resolution, we're just, the action is just changed.
Action item.
And I should probably read the resolution titles.
Oh.
Just for the record.
Oh, I thought you had, okay, let's go
Well, because
ahead.
I had read,
We're doing just the one at a time on these.
oh, we're just doing one?
Yeah,
of them?
just
Oh,
C,
sorry,
just
I
C.
misunderstood.
Yeah, just see.
I thought we were
Yeah,
doing it all at once.
No. Okay, so this is, we're going to be moving item C on consent.
Allen,
Alan, aye.
Bates,
Bates, yes.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Juby. Caius,
Caius, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Lewis,
Lewis, yes?
Molina,
Molina, yes.
Sanchez,
Sanchez, yes?
Strathman,
Strathman, yes.
Burgess,
Yes.
Tepe,
Tepe, yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Roth.
Roth, yes.
This is tax bill, this is coming from admin. Chris, could you read number D? This is, I believe, coming through you.
I would move resolution authorizing process of payment for tax bill posted. To the consent agenda.
Second. In the amount of, do we have an amount?
$116,000.
Thank you, 116,000.
Not to exceed.
Not to exceed. Okay, any questions on this item? Hearing none, this will be going on to consent pending vote.
Allen?
Allen, aye.
Bates?
Bates, yes.
Gums?
Gums, yes.
Juby? Caius? Leonard?
Leonard, yes.
Lewis?
Lewis, yes.
Molina,
Lena, yes.
Sanchez?
Sanchez, yes.
Strathman?
Strathman, yes.
Burgess?
Yes.
Tepe?
Tepe, yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Roth?
Roth, yes.
Okay, you have the next one as well. Chris?
I
Yes.
would move in the resolution authorizing a contract for consultant and project management services
Microphone.
with DevNet Solutions Incorporated for the Information Technology Department, RFP number 26-01-TL, for the amount of $400,000. For the amount of $400,000.
Bates seconds. Bates seconds.
For the consent, any questions? Yes, Mr. Surges.
Madam Chair, I'm going to require some additional information on this, and
Sure.
And I don't want to belabor this here, maybe if Roger and I can take this offline, but this looks to be an increase in contract, and the contract amount is $400,000. This is over 3 years, so it's 1.2 million, and it's on a consultant, so it wouldn't be fair for me when I had challenged Ms. Hopkinson with why are we using an outside firm to help with our accounting for that dollar amount. It would be unfair for me to not turn to IT and say, why are we using an outside vendor? Don't we have somebody in-house? And there's probably a perfectly good explanation for this, but $400,000 seems like a lot of money. But then when you multiply that by 3 years, it's 1.2 million. I just need a little bit more explanation on why we're continuing to do this. And we can do this offline, Raj. Yeah, we'll get it before the next thing.
Okay, are you okay with this going forward, or do you want?
But it's okay to move forward, yeah. But before next week, I would need to have some conversation on it.
Okay, very good.
I would like it off the consent agenda, yes.
Okay, so this.
But I
is
can motion next
consent.
week too, that's whatever.
All right, so we need to amend your motion.
Can you just pull it next week?
Keep it and I'll pull it next week, it's just easier.
Will you vote for it then?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, very good. Okay, so
Yeah.
you will pull it. Please, Mr. Roth, make note. Okay. Okay, on consent. Okay. All right, with no further thoughts on this, call the roll.
Allen?
Allen, aye.
Bates?
Bates, yes.
Gums?
Gums, yes.
Juby? Caius?
Caius, yes.
Leonard?
Leonard, yes.
Lewis?
Lewis, yes.
Molina,
Molina, yes.
Sanchez?
Sanchez, yes.
Strathman?
Strathman, yes.
Burgess?
Surges, yes.
Tepe?
Tepe, yes.
Williams?
Williams, yes.
Roth?
Roth, yes.
Okay, everybody behave, our attorney is leaving. No, we got a replacement. All right. We got
After
the closer,
12:30,
we got the
lunch.
closer with us.
Yeah. Health plan saving.
Who wants to take human resources?
I would be happy to take it.
That's you.
Item F, resolution authorizing the Human Resources Department to develop cost-reducing plan design change options for Kane County Employee Medical Plan. I'll move that, looking for a second.
Oh, looking forward to a second on, you want to move that on to consent or off consent?
I do not want it on consent.
Okay. All right.
Lewis, second.
Williams, seconds.
Okay.
May I explain? So the reason I don't want it on consent, Mr. Surges, is because I think there's going to be a lot of discussion on it. I agree with it 100%. But I know that there'll be I'll have questions, so I'll pull it anyways.
Okay, so it'll be off consent.
Your conversation is welcome.
I know
Yes, yes. No, will be relatively short because you will. be-
Yeah, well, we don't have to amend it is my
Okay,
point, so.
Okay, very good. All right, so are there any discussions on this item? I see none. Clerk, call the roll.
Madam Chair, I might ask that if Ms. Gums does have suggestions, conversation, points of interest, maybe you document those into an email that can be put in front of us so that we don't spend 3 hours debating this, but have time to research. We are on a timeline on this, And to delay this even a month till the next meeting would prove problematic.
I have
So-
no intention to delay, Mr. Surges. It's just, when people are paying attention to our meetings, there's fears. So I think those need to be addressed in public setting.
Absolutely. And if you
Okay.
can just put those in writing and move
Absolutely.
them expeditiously.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Good
Thank you.
suggestion, for all the right reasons. All right, let's take the roll.
Allen?
Allen, aye.
Bates?
Bates, yes.
Gums?
Gums, yes.
Juby? Caius?
Caius, yes.
Leonard?
Leonard, yes.
Lewis?
Lewis, yes.
Molina,
Molina, yes.
Sanchez?
Sanchez, yes.
Strathman?
Strathman, yes.
Sturgis?
Sturgis, yes.
Pepe?
Zepi, yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Roth?
Okay, Ms. Juby.
Alrighty, we have, on page 1268, item G, claiming April 10th, 2026 as the 25th anniversary of farmland.
Microphone, please.
Okay. All right, so I'll read up. Okay. On page 1268, proclaiming April 10th, 2026 as the 25th anniversary of the Farmland Protection Program.
Okay, do we have a second?
Alan seconds.
Thank you, Ms. Of course you would. Of course you would. Any questions on this? Okay, very good. Clerk, call the roll. And
Allen?
this is going
Allen,
to,
aye.
hold on. Would you like this on, you don't want this on consent, you want this
No, I
recognized?
would like to, because it's a kind of a big deal for Kane County to actually have this program. I would like it to be on its
Recognized.
own.
Let alone 25 years of it.
Well,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Yes. So it'll go off
It's-
consent.
Yes, it is part of it.
Allen?
Alan, aye.
Bates?
Bates, yes.
Gums?
Gums, yes.
Juby?
Juby, aye.
Caius?
Caius, yes.
Leonard?
Leonard, yes.
Lewis?
Lewis, yes.
Molina,
Molina, yes.
Sanchez?
Sanchez, yes.
Strathman?
Strathman, yes.
Sturgis?
Yes.
Pepe?
Zepi, yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Roth?
Roth, yes.
Mr. Tepe?
Next one.
Oh, National Public Safety I'm sorry, I was looking, telecommunications, transportation.
Okay, so this is a proclamation proclaiming April 12th through the 16th, 18th, in National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week. And I'll make a motion to place this under chairman comments.
Gums will second.
Second. And that's why Michelle has been sitting here all the time waiting as well. So, with no further conversation on this, call the roll.
Allen?
Alan, aye.
Bates?
Bates, yes.
Gums?
Gums, yes.
Juby?
Juby, aye.
Caius?
Caius, yes.
Leonard?
Leonard, yes.
Lewis?
Lewis, yes.
Molina,
Molina, yes.
Sanchez?
Sanchez, yes.
Strathman?
Strathman, yes.
Sturgis?
Yes.
Pepe?
Confused, but yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Roth?
Roth, yes.
All right, Mr. Roth, could you do the next one, please?
Yes, I can. It is, get back to it, on page 1,271.
This is what you.
It's a, what do we call this? It's a request for travel. Resolution number TMP-26-434. On page 1,272 is the detail. It's for Madam Chair to go to the Illinois Economic Development Association. And it's, I believe it's local travel. There's no total on it, so it's broken down on the write-up. So I'll just read each one. The conference fee is $239. Estimate for lodging is $561.18. Mileage is $63.79. Tolls are $3, and parking is $100. And the estimate for meals is $274. I'll make a motion if I could get a second.
Molina will second, and just for clarification, it's not a resolution. It's just an
Right.
authorization. It won't leave our
Thank you.
committee.
But that's why I asked, what was it?
And it's just a voice vote.
It's a voice vote. So if no questions, let's do a voice vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, very good. And this is within my budget still, so there's no questions on that at all. Okay, thank you very much.
That was the last.
That was the last item. So now we do have some committee reports.
Madam
Oh,
Chair,
yes.
I, don't hate me, but this was overlooked. I will be making a motion to go into executive session. I have to. And it is for the purpose of security procedures, building safety, security, the use of personnel, equipment, responding to an actual threatened or reasonably potential danger to the safety of employees, staff, public, or public property.
Oh, my goodness. All right, we already have a second on that. Is this coming directly from your committee?
It is. We had a, before you vote, if it's been moved, we had a meeting on March 26th, and it was recommended to bring a topic to this committee. And we need to discuss in executive session. So get out.
Well, we have to vote. Can,
it won't be long.
Famous last words.
there is no motion there's a motion to go into executive. Is there a second? Unless, Julie, okay, there's been a motion and a second. Take the vote to go into closed session to discuss public safety.
It is to discuss. Do you want me to read that whole thing again?
She already read it once.
Please don't.
Security, public safety.
Alan? To enter an
Miss-
executive session,
Miss
Alan?
Go, say yes.
Alan, aye.
Aye.
Bates?
Yes.
Mark, if you'd stay.
Gums?
Gums, yes. Mark, if you'd
Stube?
stay.
Caius? Leonard?
Leonard, yes.
Lewis?
Yes. Roger stays.
Miss Lewis?
Yes.
Molina?
Molina, yes.
Sanchez? Strathman?
Yes.
Sturgis? He's away, okay.
He's stepped out.
Tepe?
Steppy, yes.
Williams?
Do we have quorum in
Yes.
the room to go out?
I didn't hear Williams. Roth?
1, 2, 3,
Roth, yes.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, we don't have quorum to go out.
8,
Not in the room.
9.
We need,
How many do we need?
Thumbs out there.
we have 8 people. 1, 2,
No,
3,
not-
4, 5,
Yeah, 1, 2,
5,
4, 6,
6,
8,
7,
9,
8, 9.
10. Caius is back. 11.
I'll leave.
We need, no, you stay. You stay. We need 3 more people.
There's only 14.
No, there's only 14 on the committee.
You have
We have
quorum of
we have a
8.
quorum, absolutely.
This is the committee, not the full commission.
You wish.
Okay, online folks that are joining us, please accept your invite. If you are connected in the room with your computer, I'm looking at least one of you, you must exit the Zoom before we can go into closed session.
I'm good.
Yes, you are. And you're behaving too.
But is Roth good?
Oh, I was out first. I've been trained properly.
I'm
I was out first. Look at the record.
Nobody let me know.
Give me a minute. I don't think you-
Oh, did it?
Ta-da.
Yeah, today's. No, today's
No, it's Wednesday. Time flies when you're having fun.
No, we're not ready yet.
They do. They double check them.
Just double checking that everybody in the room is out.
Mr. Sturgis, I heard that you ordered us some food.
Oh, no, we got that. I'm going scuba diving. We need to get out of here. That's in your right. It's in my office. I'm going scuba diving.
I'm sure he'd love your help if you wanted to go.
dead.
Come on online, folks, accept your invites. I'm missing 3 people online, need to accept their invites.
You know, we're gonna have more rain, I think, Friday. It's a big storm is coming.
So this, I mean,
Just interrupt us, Blair, when we're ready. on Tuesday. I'm gonna be taking your hand and you're walking with me. I'm gonna show you around that place. All right, we are now back in open session. Clerk, could you call the roll?
Allen,
Allen present.
Bates,
Bates here.
Gums here. Juby, Caius, Leonard,
Leonard here.
Lewis,
Who's here?
Linder, Molina,
Molina present.
Sanchez, Strathman,
Strathman present.
Sturgis, Tepe, Williams,
Here.
Roth,
Roth is here.
Kira.
All right, very good. I do have a presentation under my comments. I would like to Mr. Roger to come up and do the presentation for us. This is simply informational only. And I just want to show you what we have been doing with Declaration Square and to confirm that we have done all the research that was asked of us in a previous committee. And I think Roger is going to share the results of that research. So we are in complete compliance with all of you, and it's all, it grew and became even bigger, wonderful news than it was before. So here we go.
Okay. Roger Fonsock with IT and Building Management. As Madam Chair said, this is just an update on Declaration Square. So there's no resolution or decision before you. I had sent out the presentation to all the board members, so you should have had a copy of this. I'm not good at reading to people, so I will cover as much of this as we can quickly. So this is the overview. We're going to talk about the resolution that was passed. I believe it was in November of last year, a little bit of the history from the Daughters of the American Revolution and the Patriots, and then the Declaration Square location, which is the 3rd Street Courthouse, and we'll talk about the tree location, the tree planting considerations that have gone into it, and then the concept design, which was donated services from White and Company, and then some of the next steps and opportunities. I really want to get to the next steps and opportunities, so if you bear with me, I'll go through the first part, and then we'll get to next steps and opportunities, okay? So the resolution 25-452 was from November of 26. It basically was to provide and dedicate a tree from the Daughters of the American Revolution for the 250th anniversary of our country. The location that was designated in that resolution was the 3rd Street Courthouse in Geneva. And we were asked to do some site preparation, cement work, and installation of the tree. This is all leading up to the July 8th event where people around the country will be reading the Declaration of Independence and celebrating the anniversary of the founding of our country. The copy of the resolution was sent out to the Elias Kent Kane chapter of the Daughters of American Revolution. And then we began having meetings to discuss how and where and why we would plant a tree where we're choosing. So next slide. This is just a statement from DAR. I'll use the acronym DAR. It's quicker than saying the rest of it. But it just tells you that it's an American elm tree and how they planted it and raised the tree for this purpose. There's also the Revolutionary Patriots that are going to be memorialized or recognized on plaques at the courthouse and also by the tree. So they want to put these plaques near that. There's a picture of the elm tree from Daughters of the American Revolution. It is a small sapling at this point that's been planted. Next slide.
Called a whip.
No, a whip, yeah. So some early renderings, I believe Julie Mann had helped put some things together just when we're talking about it for the agendas. a rendering of the tree in front of the courthouse or behind the courthouse. Also, if there were a garden area and an archway, calling it Declaration Square. Next slide. The location. We went through several locations at the courthouse. Myself walked the campus. We've walked it with both an arborist and we've walked it with staff to identify possible locations. The recommended location is actually a median area in the rear parking lot that needs some improvements, but it's the most open space where you could actually provide enough room for the tree. We'll get into that in a little bit. Without having neighboring trees and other competition. So that was the purpose of trying to locate it in a central location where it gets pretty much all day sunlight and it'll have plenty of room to grow. And there's some things we have to do to enhance the area. And there's discussion about the garden or the square and the tree and landscape. The goal was to minimize the impact to existing trees, the parking lots, the facilities, improve accessibility and sidewalks in the area, which absolutely need improvements. And then the last piece was to provide a green space for the visiting public. We also have the neutral exchange site going in that's going to be adjacent to that for the Bar Foundation and Family Court. Next slide. So we went through several reviews after people asked us about the location. Outside of staff, we had an arborist from our landscape company come out and walk the property with us on March 19th. We actually met with the Morton Arboretum. Thank you, Madam Chair, for setting up a meeting with them on April 2nd. After those meetings, the preferred location is still the median in the rear parking lot. That's what we're recommending. There are conceivable other places, but this is by far, I think, the best location. The tree will have direct sunlight for the full day. The tree will get a full canopy and height, and then the best location for the root system as well. And we're going to be working with landscape professionals and arborists as we go through this to try to make sure we take good care of the tree that they're dedicating. Next slide. Tree planting considerations. These are just some of the many things. We did get a Morton Arboretum tree planting guide, and they have offered full support to us for whatever we need, which I think is very nice for a small tree. People plant trees every day, they live everywhere. So soil preparation and amending the soil, they did describe digging about 24 inches of good soil for a sapling tree this size. Full sun, space for the canopy, space for the roots, watering, irrigation, all the typical things that you would think of to do for a tree. They did recommend some treatment, and they recommend that we start using a grow bag for the root ball to protect it. And then obvious things that have been discussed, like salting the parking lot. We need to go to some environmental friendly salt around it, so we're not dumping road salt on it or anything like that. And again, we're going to have the Arboretum, and our own landscaping company has an arborist that can help us with questions. Next slide.
Oh, and if I may, it's going to be altogether about 12 inches above, 12 inches above the road. So if any salt, there won't be any spillage going into the planting area.
It's a raised bed, basically, where the area is. So the Declaration Square, as it's been called, concept design was done by White and Company. We have Jason Dwyer and Patty King is the senior landscape architect from White that's been putting the plans together. I would like to recognize, we have Wendy Franco who's here. She's been working on this from building management and has been involved in this the entire time. If you haven't met Wendy, she started as a project manager with us 8 months ago, almost a year, yeah. Okay, next slide. So this is the 3rd Street Courthouse. This is the front. This was probably the initial ideal location. Let's put it up front where the memorial is. And that's where we have a lot of trees, a lot of congestion, a lot of canopy, and they have the existing monument. There's very minimal space in front where the existing mature trees are. There are 3 elm trees in front in the parkway, and because they're so close together, if you see them, they grow straight up. They look like sticks almost. If you go to the next slide, this is the location we're talking about in the middle of the parking lot, and it is pretty much that red square that we're talking about. Most of it would be to your screen left or closer to the Child Advocacy Center houses. It's that half of the median. There would be ADA and accessible parking in the right half, which is closer to the courthouse still. If you go to the next slide. This is the rendering of the location. This is the middle median. If you look to just the right of the screen, you'll see the Casa Garden, which is there. It's very similar to that in that median space where it comes out from the back of the 3rd Street Courthouse. There would still be sidewalk, there'd still be the ADA parking, and then you would move into a space that's got a kind of a hardscape and a landscape with plants, and that's the rendering that was proposed by White and Company, and that the team of people, Madam Chair and a group of others, including I believe John Gripe, Pam Gripe, and we've had Patty King, as well as some of the staff from building management. Jody Walnick's been involved in looking at the stormwater drainage as well. There's some amenities that are listed on there, and I don't want to go through all of them, but you can see the brick paver star. You can see the tree kind of in the left center, item 7. There's also some flags for the US flag, state of Illinois flag, county flag, where number 2 is in the half circle. But there's a substantial amount of side work that needs to be redone in that median. The side work there now is old. It's been kind of repaired over the years, but it could use some TLC. So go to the next slide. These are some renderings of features and styles that White and Company provided. You see the archway, you'll see a planter curb or a seat curb. There's a concrete seat wall, there's brick paving, those types of things. So everything you'd normally see in kind of a small garden space. Next slide. So with all of that said, the next step is this has not been something approved by the county board. We want the board to approve of a concept plan and approach to this. We'll be presenting that at administration committee. That's next week, just after the county board, so April 15th. We are working with White and Company to do a plan set, and once we get approval of the site and location and the concept, the plan set would go out as a solicitation. They're looking for fundraising and in-kind donations. Madam Chair has been leading that up. We've been working with finance and Paul Coffer about how to handle the funds with the state's attorney's office assistance as well. There will be some agreements that we need drafted for people that are donating services. We're consistently doing a project review with our group of people and team, and we're also going to be looking at the permitting process once we get the actual plan set, but we're not that far yet. Upcoming events would be obviously the 250th anniversary event is July 8th. We need to prepare for that in whatever shape, fashion, form we can. Then you have July of 2026. Sometime in that period, you'd have groundbreaking or a ceremonial type of an event. And this was just suggested because of the time frame involved. We're going to try to go as far as we can with approvals and everything, but that's goal number 1. Goal number 2 is a phase 1 earthwork and hardscape. And I think that's going to be 3rd quarter 2026 for a start time. So 3rd, 4th quarter of this year we'd start. I don't see us finishing that and getting started with any landscape and planting in the square until 2nd quarter, so next year in 2027. And we were talking about a kind of an end-all final date sometime in the 2nd quarter of 2028. You would have what would be the Declaration Square and Garden. So this is where we're at with this. If you go to the next slide, there's some opportunities. A few things came out of the discussion about trees in Kane County, and we were talking about how we did an inventory and we did a condition assessment of all of our trees. We have 615 trees. We love them all. We were talking with Morton Arboretum about them, and they were saying that we could actually apply for and get a Arboretum status for our trees to provide some additional accreditation for what we do with our trees. GIS, Water Resources Buildings, we've gone through and documented all of our trees. They're all on a GIS map, and they have the type of tree, and they have the condition of the tree and what we've done to the tree. They all have silver tags on them, and we have 615 of them. I was thinking about this last night when I talked to Mavis Bates about the composting. We also have 4,600 plus trees out in Mill Creek that fall under the SSA. So we have a lot of trees to take care of. We probably replace a few hundred trees a year in Mill Creek just from various issues.
So we would be, if I can interrupt, Kane, pending approval of this application, Kane County would be considered an arboretum. Not Kane County government would be considered an arboretum.
And it is like a kind of a classification status. I don't believe it comes with any specific requirements, but it's recognizing the volume of trees, the documentation that we have of the trees, the types of trees. That's what's important to them in that initial classification. We're not going to try to become more an arboretum, I don't think, but that's where we're at. Other suggestions was, naming the tree, naming the square, or specifically the tree, if they gave it a name, a competition. There's a suggestion about at the 250th anniversary doing a time capsule, which could be something simple. It's something that captures things that were happening at this time period. We do have the NEST, Neutral Exchange Supervised Time, going in next door. This will create an open space for people that are coming there to work with the family courts and to do the neutral exchange or supervised time. It's open space. It will improve accessibility and sidewalks there. The sidewalks, a lot of the curbing needs to be redone anyway in order to be compliant. There's also a section to provide some history, which are dates of incorporation for townships and municipalities, and obviously recognizing the flags. It'll be a nice location in the middle of town. We've been considering, impacts for things like Swedish Days and other events. They do the classic vehicles in the parking lot. Those generally happen during the summertime. We don't believe this will impact that based on, fall construction, trying to stay away from their timeframes. So we've been trying to think of everything. If there's something that you think of that is important, I would appreciate it if you let one of us know. We'll try to incorporate it in one of the discussions. Again, this is going to be going to administration committee. We're going to be talking about approving the concept, design, and location so that we can finalize the plan set with White and Company. Again, all free services. The only part of this that we've probably done is the time to meet as a group and talk. That's been the cost so far. And I think that might be the last slide, Blair. So
thank you, Roger.
One last note. In doing all of the ADA compliance work that we've been talking about, I actually spent the time to make this slide deck fully ADA compliant and screen readable. And it was a good experience, and I would be happy to share that experience with anybody that's trying to put a presentation together. But it passed the PAC test, the Adobe test, and the Microsoft test 100%. So yeah, but it's important that not only do you tell everybody they need to do this stuff, you try to do it. And I can tell you it does take time. So imagine your 1,000-page packet, and that 20 pages took about 45 minutes to make it ADA compliant. And I am done if you have questions.
We have two present, Mr. Roth and then Ms. Bates.
Okay. Can you go back to page 15 of the presentation?
Sure.
Okay, so it's showing the layout, and right now it's a parking lot.
Yes.
How long has that been a parking lot, and what was there before?
It's probably been a parking lot for the last 100+ years, I would say. But there was at one time a jail in the back of the lot. The jail would have ended about where the sidewalk green space and ADA parking is. And then as you go a little bit farther to the left, you come into what would have been the backyards of the homes that were along the neighboring street.
And the reason I asked, you said we're going down 2 feet.
Yes.
And depending on what is below that, I mean, the tree will grow for maybe 5 years. And then if there's something down below, like a whole level of concrete or toxic waste or whatever. I have an example. My next door neighbor on the Parkway, they've replaced this tree twice, and they both died within 5 years. The city refuses to plant another tree.
So
I would recommend we maybe do a study, go a little bit deeper, just to make sure there's.
We actually have the proposal from White to do soil borings out there.
Okay, that's
and
all.
it's been discussed.
You went on to
Yeah,
do
I
all
didn't
this
bring
work
that up
and have
in
it
the
die
slide.
in 5 years.
We listened to board's concerns and
Yeah.
so we addressed that as well. Excellent question.
So that was just.
Yeah, excellent question. Okay, Ms. Bates.
You will find under this, Roger, again, under the ground, just to the north of the CASA area, there's actually a vault structure from the boiler house and the city utility. And it's a large concrete vault, but it's actually closer to the Casa side.
Ms. Bates.
Are American elms susceptible to Dutch elm disease?
Well, there are like hybrid trees. I'm not an expert in it, but there are hybrid trees that are more better suited to live with those types of things. But it is something that we've talked about in terms of like insecticide, fungicide, treating the the root ball in the tree, having somebody to inspect it or look at it regularly. All things that protect it. I think one of the biggest things they were saying was making sure that you don't prune the tree at the wrong time or do things to the tree that would expose it. One of the things that they mentioned, which was important, was in the front where we have existing elm trees, staying away because they actually will interconnect their roots and they will build one root system. And if one tree gets affected, the other ones will get affected too. And they said it's not that your trees have anything wrong with them, but if they did, it could infect all of them at that point. And that's one of the reasons that they had such a problem with Dutch elm disease.
And they suggested that after the whip becomes 3 inches in circumference, because of the root system, and it will be inoculated against the disease, Dutch elm disease, that once it gets to 3 inches, which is not that big maybe, with the inoculation, it will be a very healthy tree, and to keep it isolated from other trees as well.
And when do we plant the tree? At the very end?
That's not been determined yet exactly.
After everything is not going to be disturbed.
So one of the issues they said is actually transplanting it more, multiple times. You cause some, root ball damage, and so we're going to try to minimize that. But I think we're discussing putting it in. They described it as a grow bag that protects the roots and actually strengthens the root ball. And actually the Arboretum is going to, they're looking to source one that we could use, so.
And the tree will be, I know there was some concern about having the tree in a pot. There was talk about that as well. So we will be acquiring the tree and putting it into the bag and planting it in a secure site along the government building and the government campus with cameras, et cetera, and protected from rabbits and whatnot as well. Yes, Ms. Chuby.
So I noticed there's no prices attached to any of this. Are we going to get a cost estimation at admin?
So we wouldn't want to, we could give you a budgetary estimate probably by then, once we get a better concept of the plan from White. This was the last version that I have. I don't know how much more tweaking will be done, but we do have some general ideas, and then we would get very specific when we actually go out to proposal. When we get solicitations, we need to tell people how much material, how much construction is being done. But yes, we will be doing that. We've kind of tried to also divide it into phases. So I'm assuming that some of the early phases will be the hardscapes and the excavation and concrete work might be more costly than the landscape work where you're planting bushes and flowers. But I certainly, if that's something that admin wants, we'd be prepared to put some numbers to it next week.
Well, my concern is I learned when I was 14 that there's nothing free about a free horse. And we were told this would cost us nothing.
Yes.
And yet you're talking about soil borings by White and Company. I doubt White is going to do those soil borings free, are they?
We are talking with them now about the work that needs to be done, and we do not have a donation of soil borings. The only other issue is that we are doing lots of concrete and parking lot repairs, and we had a survey done recently for the parking lot repairs and work to be done in the parking lot, and we have the proposals for the soil borings. It's not a lot of money, and it would help us in planning the asphalt.
Okay.
So
I think my problem with this is we were told it would cost us nothing, that everything would be fundraised. Everything would either be donated or would be in kind or would be fundraised.
Yep.
Now we're being asked by a schedule to go ahead and say, yes, let's go with this. Do we have any money sitting in the account? because I am hesitant. I love the idea. I think it's fabulous. I think everything's wonderful about it. But if we don't have the money sitting in the bank to do that project, we have no business doing that project.
If I could, those are very good questions, and we have been addressing those. Yesterday, we did have a meeting to develop sponsorship with preliminary costs and how those sponsorships would work. It has been approved of as far as logistics go, if I could use that, how to accept the money. Of course, the money accepted would have to be approved of by the board to use this. But for donors, we wanted to make sure that we listed what the sponsorship opportunities are. We've just defined those. Those are in process as we speak. I did not want to jump ahead with this until the concept plan was approved of by the committee and then accepted by the board. It was approved of with the original resolution that was done accepting the tree and preparation for the work for the tree was approved of in November. We just saw that resolution. And we're going to make every attempt to get as much donated material and labor as conceivably possible. Perhaps there may be some board members, once we get moving with this, would like to assist with this. But nonetheless, we're going to be moving forward on this as soon as we get the material together to show what the opportunities are for naming rights. So it's just a small name. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you just said that we approved in November costs associated with this. We did not approve
No, not a
costs
cost. No,
associated
no,
with
no.
this.
You approved, let's just
You want to
so
go
we have-
back to the
let's go back to the
slide.
original one. I just want to show you what it says.
I know what
Yeah.
we did. I know what was just presented here. I just want to make it very, very clear that we were told it would cost us nothing. And that's what we were told when we voted to accept the tree. We were told it would cost us nothing. And now we're being told that maybe it isn't going to cost us nothing and that all the costs would be offset. And now we're being asked to approve a plan without the money in place.
Well, the plan is, ma'am, it's concept plan, right? It's a
It's costing us
concept.
money.
It hasn't cost any money yet. Any money yet. Matter of fact, we have donated money, a very small amount that has already come in. But the original planning of this and the architectural design and will appear on admin, attorneys are working on it right now, to accept the contribution that was given to us by White and Company. Totally free, no cost at all.
I think
So it
the
has not cost us a
geotech
dime.
for doing the parking lot was like $4,000 to do all of the geotech that's for everything that we needed done for the parking lot. And I think that proposal's sitting, waiting, so. But again, the one thing I would point out is we wanted to make sure that the concept and the idea of where to put it and, what is being proposed, then you will get a plan set, and that's when you can actually really understand the cost. They'll give you a budgetary estimate for this based on what they know from landscape architecture, but you really will find out when you do the bid or you do the actual contracting. That's when you'll know the real cost.
Yes, Ms. Sahel.
I just wanted to kind of ask my fellows, if there's work that needs to be done there anyway, that we would be doing anyway for sidewalks, ADA, whatever, I don't have any objection to that, to our paying for those things out of our regular budgets, because we would have done them anyway, and they would be in conjunction with this project. If we were going to spend $10,000 on fixing sidewalks anyway, and that's now incorporated into this plan, I don't see that as an additional. I see that as something we would have done anyway, and it will enhance this project, and I think that's legit. Am I articulating that enough for other people to either agree or disagree?
That's gonna.
I agree.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
I think that's a fair point. I agree with you. I don't know if that was in the plan. I don't have that answer. I don't want the answer right now, Roger. Thank you very much. But I think what I'm hearing and what I agree with is when we voted on accepting something, and I think this is the key, right? This is the trigger point. We voted on something to collect something to put in the ground. That was the conversation in front of the building. That's what we did vote on. Now, to be fair, the triggering point is now you cannot associate that vote, in my opinion, with what we may or may not plan to do in the future, because they don't intertangle. So we voted on something, but now we want to do something different. That is a fair statement. That is a fair statement. But to say we voted on something and it's going to look like this is not a fair statement.
We have found out that the original request by, I think it was requested by you and Ms. Juby, that the tree goes in front of the building. The tree cannot go in front of the building. That has been determined by the arborist.
You're missing my point though, Madam Chair, if I may reclaim my time on that.
No, but it was a simple request. Here's a tree. DAR wants to put a plaque out. Will we accept the tree and the plaque?
And that's my only point that I'm trying to make. That's it.
So once again, if I will ask all of you, I will not be here next week because I will be out down in Springfield lobbying for certain issues that I think this board is in favor of, to lobby for, to maintain local control. And we can either reject this or we can move forward with this. I mean, that's it. But the tree, and then we'd have to talk to the Daughters of the American Revolution to tell them that we cannot accept the tree in the location that they want, and to move the tree as well as the recognition, which they really would like to have at 3rd Street Courthouse for a variety of different reasons, to a different location. Or just say, I'm sorry, we cannot accept the tree, and we move forward in a different direction. So yes, ma'am.
Roger, where'd Roger go? Mr. Feinstock, you're a smart guy. What do you think this is going to cost? I don't care, 10% plus
I think
or minus?
the initial numbers, we had a phase that was about $250,000 to $300,000 with hardscape getting things, but the overall was, I think, around $600,000.
That includes
if you do everything and there was initial concept that had budgetary numbers to it. I don't know if we've had that updated. We probably have one in our email by now, but that's kind of the gross estimate.
Yes.
Following up on what Ms. Allen's statement was, do you think much of that would be offset just by regular capital expenses of sidewalks, or is that?
No, at the campus, there are curbing that needs to be cut with ADA sidewalks that they need improved. We've identified most of that. That's something where when we do the parking lot work that we need to do, we wanted to address all the curbing and those ramps going. And there's some crosswalks that are not marked very well.
But this would be above and beyond.
Oh yeah, this is way beyond just the simple concrete work that we were talking about. But this is something that really is a different type of proposition for a garden square. It is. It's a substantial new feature for that piece of property. We'd have met with the mayor of Geneva and some of the folks from the Geneva Chamber of Commerce and others, just talking with them about the location and the events that they host. And I think we've gotten a positive reception about putting something in the parking lot. That's not been an issue, but that's kind of the extent of it right now that we know.
We've also had the opportunity to meet as requested regarding permitting. Permitting of the city of Geneva said that Kane County will be taking care of the permitting. So we have that question was answered as well. We also met with aldermen and the mayor from the city of Aurora, who are enthusiastically in support of this. And I believe they all will be contributing resources as well to this. So people, as I have mentioned previously, my first foray out into actually asking for donations so far has been met with great positivity, but I wanted to make sure that we had our all legal ducks in a row to be able to accept the money appropriately and to give sponsorships. There are people who are interested in sponsoring benches and flagpoles already, et cetera.
When would we start incurring expenses? And I don't know if this would be a best practice or what, but could there be a rule or a suggestion or a rule, I guess a rule that we had to raise half of the money before we broke ground or something like that?
I would tell you that once we have the plan set and we actually know what the costs are, the board has to approve anything that goes over, $30,000 or a commitment of a year. And because of the nature of this, we don't have it budgeted in a capital fund or in an operating budget. So unless we come and tell you we need money, or we come and ask you to approve of a project like this, that it doesn't have the support of the county funding to do it. So unless you want to modify and create a budget for something, it has to come from fundraising and donations. There are things that we do in the operating budget to fix curbs and sidewalks around the campuses. That is not a capital project. That is not something of this scale. Those are the, thousands, maybe tens of thousands, but you're talking about something on a much smaller scale that we use existing contractors for. If you're looking at contractors that donate material and services, they'll need to be in agreement with them to do these types of things, to commit to doing them as well. It'll be similar to what our existing contractual agreements are for any contract work. You'll have to have a contract in place, even though they may be offering to do it for free.
And that is what you're going to be reviewing. That is exactly what you're going to be reviewing at admin. Yes, sir. You have a question? Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Chris? I'm sorry, I just couldn't hear.
We're good. Losing quorum? We're worried about losing quorum.
Okay, so.
Ostensibly, if we have the plan, then we get the money from someplace else, right? That's the idea?
That is the goal.
The idea is, and that may be part of your crux, is that if it's expensive, we're supposed to have gotten it for free and put it in a certain place. And Ms. Juby's comment is that we are to put no money in it at all.
My comment is that we didn't agree to put any money into it. And so therefore, if we didn't agree to put any money into it, we should not put any money into it.
Okay.
Or we should bring it back up for another vote.
Great. So let us know when it's going to cost us money. It hasn't cost us anything so far, right?
No, but it will cost us money when we break ground.
Well, we haven't gotten there yet.
We have
Let's
not
not
gotten
shoot
there.
it in the, let's not get rid of the horse until we get there.
The horse has not even been born yet.
So if we don't get the money, then it doesn't go in. But up to that point, it doesn't cost anything.
Right.
So let's not
that would-
stop right now.
That would mean you would have to front raise $600,000.
I mean, somebody would have to do that. I'm not sure I'm up for that.
We would have to raise $600,000 before they broke ground for the garden.
Oh, or in kind.
Well, 600,000, and that in kind is the 600,000.
Regardless of
whatever.
what it is, if the estimate is approximately $600,000, then we would need to secure $600,000 before we broke ground on the project. Otherwise, if we only secure a quarter of that, we break ground on it, and then the fundraising fizzles out, then the county is either stuck with a mound of garbage in a parking lot, or we're going to be forced to fix it and to finish it at a cost.
Again, you're getting way down the road here on
No, I'm
if and. Can we keep going and show us where the money is? We have the plan, then we go get the money, and then we put it in.
We can move it.
we don't have a plan, we don't get the money. All we've done so far is do.
All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the plan is not been approved. It's a concept plan that'll be brought to you for admin. Once that is approved, because there is no expenses for work, we can continue now to start moving forward with raising money. The money will be held in the bank, quote, the bank. And then once we have enough money to authorize what we're going to be doing to start those processes, the work will begin, pending your approval, because
So
it'll
we
have to
do
go
that.
out through
Right.
contract, because if it's over $30,000, whether or not it's in-kind contribution of services, donated services and/or goods over 30,000, you have to bring it to you for.
But that's still not our money, though.
It's.
So you're saying you're raising the money to do that?
I'm going to make every attempt to raise as much money as I possibly can.
So do you think you're going to be able to raise that much
I
money?
cannot tell you that yet, sir, because I've not yet
So then
truly
we have
begun.
to worry about whether we're going to have to pay for it.
Well, okay, but you're being highly hypothetical right now, because I have nothing to base this on.
Well,
We have
we're
a
trying to
plan.
get something to base it on.
But I can't, because I haven't gone
plan.
out.
Okay, so
Mr.
we haven't spent
Mr.
any money.
Caius,
We'll
Mr.
come
Caius,
back to you if it's going to cost us some more money.
Mr. Caius, I've not gone out and raised money yet, because as I just mentioned,
Well,
we had to
we're
put the
going around in a
material
circle
together.
here. You've got the plan. We need the plan. Then we go out and raise the money. If we don't raise the money, we don't put it in. We don't spend any money. It's as simple as that, isn't it? Am I wrong? Pretty simple?
Pretty
So
simple.
right here, you got the plan, you saw the idea, show us the money, then
Thank
we'll
you.
put it in.
That's all I want.
Well,
Thank you.
that took us a long time to get there.
I think it might help if we had incremental plans.
How about we talk about administration?
Yeah, we go to, yeah, I think
Okay.
you're right, yeah. But, yeah,
This is,
when we're not
this
all
is-
angry, yeah.
this
I
is
get that.
this is supposed to be a.
Madam Chair, can we
Yes,
move on?
Yes, I'd like to finish, sir,
Well,
please.
I think we're
please.
done.
Well, I think
We're
I'm,
going to
I
lose our
think,
quorum.
if I can say my last word,
Well,
I
make
think
it
we're all
word.
done. I think this is supposed to be, I'm hoping to be a joyful project, joyful. This is going to bring a great asset to the county. We're going to be doing
That's your word. Thank you.
everything we
Joyful.
can do to make it that way.
Thank you, joyful. Yeah, but I am hangry, yes.
All right,
So-
sir, are
Be
you
nice,
ready?
though.
No, I don't want to adjourn. God damn it. I've had a quorum here. Roger, you want to give us a little update on the elevator? We've got other business that are happening right here. Do you want to be unformed on the elevator?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure we all did. Can I have just a moment of
Sure.
your time then before, or get up
So-
and leave and we'll, the middle.
All right, we have, Chris, calm down, please, sir.
This is Roger Fonsack with IT and Buildings. You did receive an email about the elevator. We're going to try to provide periodic updates. I think it speaks for itself. We're working on the timeline with Urban Elevator. It is still scheduled as a 12-week project. We're in the 3rd week, so we got about 9 weeks left. That's assuming everything works well. There is some potential for other hazards as you take it apart and disassemble the hydraulic cylinder in the pit. We're still working with them to schedule that. We received a proposal to shorten the construction phase by a week, but it costs a lot of money to do that. I'm not sure that the week is as valuable, but we're going to get to that eventually, and we'll probably talk about it a little bit in admin. But right now, if everything goes according to schedule, the elevator would be June 11th. There is a possibility that you have other damage underneath that you would have to rebuild some of the concrete. That will extend it a little bit. But we've been working with everybody on the different offices and departments, trying to get people down to the first floor. It's been working well. We haven't had any serious issues to date, and we're preparing for tax collection with the treasurer to have services at ground level for tax collection. It'll start probably after the bills arrive, like first week of May, and it'll run through the first week of June, where it's pretty busy. So that's what we're working on right now. We are also doing some other cleanup and trying to make some space available so we can move some other people around to get more space on the first floor so that we could potentially have more public-facing services on the ground level. And that's really a move that's happening in parallel just to prepare for if it doesn't get better sooner, we'll have more space to be able to work with on the first floor, and even in the future beyond this. So that's all I have.
All right. Anything else? Any other departments like to give an update? Seeing none, could I have a motion to?
Motion to adjourn.
Thank
Second.
you.
Aye.
Right, yes, go Chris, all right. The meeting is adjourned.
Oh, but I still love you. Yeah.